Mr. Rose, Mr. Mendoza runs a store, a dollar sort of store.
Yes,
A
ma'am.
lot of inexpensive little things. And based upon what I read in your complaint, you frequented that store. You went in there.
Yes.
And you walked in one day and you saw that your picture was up in the store, and the picture suggested that you were a shoplifter.
Yes, ma'am.
And you want to be compensated for that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, do you have a photograph for me or something to show me of the poster that you saw and when you saw it?
Yes, Your Honor. I have a video, actually. It has no audio on it, just video. And if I could, I want to explain, it wasn't just one day I walked in. Actually, it was a day or two after Christmas of last year, December 2015. I came in the store and I had words with the gentleman in the white shirt. I think his name is Caesar. It was about a cigar that they were selling for $1.50 for, and it, you know, it says 2 for 99 cents on it. And we got into some type of verbal altercation. And then I came back 2 or 3 days later for some incense or candles, and I saw it directly as soon as I walked in the store, shoplifting.
Okay. So what you feel precipitated putting up this photograph was the argument that you had had with Mr. Mendoza's employee. That is your employee, sir?
Yes.
Okay, because you raised an issue that they were overcharging for cigars that on the package said 2 for $1. They were selling them for $1.50 a piece.
Exactly.
Okay. Stand up, sir. Your last name is?
Mendoza?
Are you related?
Yes, he's my brother.
You remember having that discussion with Mr. Rose?
Yeah, that's happened like March 15.
It happened in March?
That's incorrect.
You think it happened sometime in December?
I'm certain it happened sometime.
And you're certain it happened March 15?
March 15 at 4:15 p.m.
And I assume that that tape is going to show that to me.
Let me explain you. The
No,
tape,
no, because you're pretty adamant about the date and the time.
date of the...
Okay, so you're going to show me something that you
Sure.
took in December of 2015.
I think it was January. It was a couple days after the
Okay.
initial verbal
Fine.
altercation. And this is the beginning of it. I was just walking up into the store so I could show you where they were displaying it. As soon as you walk in the store, it's right here.
Right where?
I'm zooming in on it right
got
there,
it.
and I happen to be that person right there screaming, because that's when they took the picture of me when I was screaming at them, right there with the baseball
Is that
hat
just
on.
a second? Is
You can see
that-
her clear on my phone, Your Honor.
I'd like to take a look at it on your
Sure,
phone,
sure.
sir, because I can't see it clearly there.
Yeah, there was never any incident of me stealing anything from the store.
Just a second.
And Your Honor, they're not arguing that. I'm sorry.
Do you say that you can see your face in this?
Yes, Your Honor. That's me. It's a picture, and they're not arguing that it's not me.
Okay, I'm just telling you that based upon, I can't see that in here.
Oh, okay.
I can't see that. I see a woman, I see the back of 2 people. It's not clear enough for me to see it. But you don't deny that you put up his picture.
I don't deny it, no.
Okay, fine. Now, what you're going to do is show me, because certainly if you put up his picture and he was never prosecuted for theft.
We
Was he
called
ever
the police.
Was
We called the police that day of the incident. Let me explain what happened that day. He walked into a store and asked for a cigar that it cost $1, not $1.50. That's his first lie. It's pre-priced $1.99. We sell it for $1 at the door. So normally when you walked into a
No,
store...
no, don't tell me normally. Just tell me what happened.
Okay, he asked for a cigar, $1 cigar. My brother put him on the counter. He grabbed the cigar and throw 33 cents and walk out. If that's not stealing, how do you call that? There's no other way to say.
Just a second.
No, it didn't.
And do you have that on tape?
We don't have that on tape, no. That was back March 15, and we didn't keep that much evidence on our record. It's just way too much memory on my computer. We have only the picture that we put up there
From March 15?
from March 15.
Let me just take a look at it, please.
And also, Your Honor, we
Just
have...
a second. Is this a picture of you, Mr. Rose, arguing with somebody?
Yes,
Is
Your
that
Honor.
were you at the counter?
Yeah, I was there.
You were there. Do you want to tell me exactly what happened when Mr. Rose came in?
Yeah, he came and I want to explain to you first. I don't speak good English, but he came and asked for cigars. I gave it to him, put it on the counter. When he threw me 33 cents, he walked away. I told him, hey man, this is $1. What? It's not $1. He started to argue
With you.
and say, hey, if you don't want it, just leave over there. You don't have to argue with me. And no, okay, you overcharge me, sir. The price is on the, it's printed. It's printed on the cigars. And he has tried to argue with me. He's tried to fight with me. He said, hey,
No, he
come
was
outside.
argumentative. You could see it from this
He can
pic-
explain to you better what's going on that day because he
No.
saw the video.
He spat on his face. He
He spat on my face. He spat on my face.
That's total lie.
It makes some threats.
It
That's
makes
the
some
reason why
threats.
we call the police, and we have the police report.
May I see the police report,
Yes.
please? So after this incident, you called the police?
Yeah, we called the police.
Okay, I'd like to see the police report. Do you have a copy of the police report, Mr.
Well-
Rose?
No, I've never heard of it, Your Honor.
Okay. March 15th.
Exactly, 4:15 p.m.
You have any proof, sir, that this happened in December?
Well, the incident that I'm referring to happened in December, Your Honor.
Well,
I've
there was another incident in March.
I don't even know what he's referring to. I've never spat on
Okay,
him.
well, this is you.
Yes,
You clearly had an argument with him.
yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And do you have any proof that the incident that you described occurred in December? Is there any proof that you have that it occurred in December? Does your phone indicate that it occurred in December?
On the recording, when I recorded it?
Yes, it should, if it's in December.
May I?
If it's in December, that would be very relevant to me.
I don't know how I would see the date on there.
So you have no proof.
Your Honor, it doesn't show a date on here at all.
So-
My witness can attest that when this incident happened that I'm telling you about, like days after I had the altercations, when I walked in the store and saw this picture up, this has just been happening since December. I've been going to this store. I live a block from the
Yeah,
store.
but you were arguing, listen to me, you were arguing with this gentleman in this picture. Clearly, you are furious, Mr. Rose, in this picture, okay? Why you get furious over a cigar, I have no idea. If they choose to charge $1 for a cigar that's worth 50 cents, you don't have to go in there and buy from him. But you were clearly furious.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, I was furious because he was cussing at me and trying to provoke me to fight with him.
Oh, please, Mr. Rose, that's ridiculous. Mr.
Okay,
Rose,
that's
that's
the truth,
ridiculous.
Your Honor.
According to you, and I read your case very, very carefully, you had been going to this store all the time.
Yes, I live.
All the time. Nobody ever provoked you before, because otherwise, and you're not an unintelligent man, Mr. Rose, because if you were an unintelligent man, I would say, well, if somebody provokes you, who's not nice to you, you don't go to the store. But clearly, you never had a problem in the store before, so if you went and you had an argument over the price of a cigar, that doesn't actually require this. It requires, you know what? I'm not buying this cigar.
Well-
and you walk away. You say, I'll buy my cigar someplace else. What do you want?
Yeah, well, excuse me.
You weren't here.
No, I wasn't
Well,
there.
you weren't there because you're nowhere in the picture.
Right.
Sit down.
Okay.
And they think it's a joke. I mean, Your Honor.
No, I don't think it's a, Mr. Rose, I don't think it's a joke. But clearly an incident happened over a cigar that you wanted to purchase, that you got very excited over. This man says that what you did was take the cigar and leave with it and threw down what you wanted to pay for it, which was 33 cents. They called the police and made a report immediately. Now, the only other question that I'm going to ask, which may be dispositive, when, for the first time, did you decide to sue them? In what month and year?
September?
This September?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, your case is dismissed. We're done. I don't believe you. Mr. Stoffel, would you go over to that sign over there? Point out your car. You're the one near the stop sign.
That's correct.
Point out the plaintiff's car. He had no stop sign.
That's correct.
Back. When did the accident happen, sir?
June 12th, 2017.
What time of the day did this accident happen?
About 1:30 in the afternoon.
What kind of car were you driving?
1993 Chevy S10 pickup truck.
And you, sir?
2005 Dodge minivan.
Did you have insurance the day you were driving?
I did.
Did you?
I did not at the time. I thought I did.
Everybody always thinks that they have insurance, which is why you're here today. So let me explain something to you, Mr. Stoffel. You had no insurance and you had a stop sign. That means it's your fault.
The insurance doesn't have anything to do at this point in time. I understand that.
No,
because of
the
accident.
insurance has everything to do with it because you're not supposed to be driving a car without insurance.
I understand
And
that.
no,
because of
the
accident.
insurance has everything to do with it because you're not supposed to be driving a car without insurance. But he says that they thought that they had
That's
insurance.
not the typical vehicle I drive. I was switching vehicles. The van didn't have insurance on it.
I don't
thought my
understand.
wife called.
I don't
My
know.
wife thought I
I
called.
don't know. Yeah. You had no insurance. You had no right to be driving a car. And you had a stop sign. Can I see pictures of the accident, please?
Absolutely.
What kind of work do you do, Mr. Stoffel?
I'm an office manager,
For whom?
a law office. I can't say.
You have the police report?
It's a crash report, but yes, I do have it.
I have a police report right here, ma'am.
I'd like to see it. And I'd like to see the one Mr. Stoffel has, too.
Okay, this is also the crash report.
Nice report. You have no insurance and you were at a stop sign. End of story.
But the insurance doesn't have anything to do with it, ma'am.
Oh,
I
yes.
proceeded to pull
Oh,
out.
you can't pull
He
out.
struck my vehicle
You can't pull out.
doing the high rate of speed that he's doing. I have a witness saying that he had pulled out earlier down the road, driving
Listen to me-
recklessly.
Listen to me very carefully. His name is Chris.
That's correct.
You have no insurance and you had a stop sign. Your fault.
I understand that.
And
It's
it's
my
your fault.
It's my
No
fault.
insurance.
But yet
no
alone,
insurance.
Yet alone, his
no insurance.
driving, my witness
No
saying
in-
that he was driving
Listen to
recklessly.
me. Not
11
interested, Chris. Do you understand?
Can I say something?
11 convictions of speeding.
Listen, no insurance and a stop sign. That's what stop signs are for.
I know what stop signs are for. But as I go to proceed out, due to his rate of speed based on the witness,
Okay. What kind of car?
A 93 Chevy S10.
Okay. We don't go back that far, do we?
I have the Blue Book value from the NADA Classics because it is considered to be a classic.
Listen to me. Don't give me classic.
Okay.
Not giving you classic.
Okay.
Do you understand? How much did you pay for it and when?
I bought it back in 2014, and I paid $1,000 for it.
Just for my own information. Were you going too fast?
No. No, I had only actually, I come out a block down the road, so I didn't have enough.
No, just a second.
He was flying.
Chris?
He was cruising.
Chris?
He was doing
Chris?
about 65 miles
Chris?
an hour in a 35.
Chris?
There's
I
no
don't,
way.
Chris, doesn't matter. You don't drive a car without insurance.
It's irrelevant.
Period. Not to me it isn't. Maybe to you. Not to me it isn't.
If he wouldn't have been going so
Now
fast,
you
he
can
wouldn't
put him
even
out.
hit the van.
Thank you.
Hey, Chris.
Yes, sir.
He thinks that this is a
here.
cocktail hour.
See that door?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the one.
so you're saying the fact that
I'm saying judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $250. We're finished. Thank you. You are Mr. Glass.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is your girlfriend.
Yes, Your Honor.
And this is one child together.
I have one child.
You have one child, not yours.
Not my child.
Mr. Glass, you came and rented an apartment from the defendants.
Yes.
What month?
In the end of February, so it was for March,
What was the rent on the apartment?
it was $1,300 plus a month and a half security, Your Honor.
And how much money did you give them?
$1,950 plus $1,300, so that should be $3,250.
And you moved in March.
Yes, about March 16th to be exact.
Where had you been living prior to that?
I was staying with my mother, and she was staying at MLK.
Did both of you work?
Yes.
So this was the first time you were going to try living together.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you have a lease?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can I see a copy of the lease?
I don't believe I brought it with me, Your Honor.
Do you have a copy of the lease? I'd like to see it. Okay, so you moved into the apartment in mid-March.
Yes.
Did you move your furniture in?
Yes, that's when we moved everything in.
Okay, and that was all from your apartment where you were living.
Well,
No.
we saved our money and we went and brought new furniture.
And then you moved out in mid-April.
Yes, Your Honor.
What you're doing is seeking your security deposit back,
Yes.
because according to what I read in the complaint, you found that the premises was not as promised.
Yes.
Tell me why.
All right. So basically, like they told me
I
everything.
don't want you to use the word basically, and I don't want you to use the word like.
No problem, Your Honor. So we moved in, and they told us, they promised everything was brand new.
What
they,
is everything?
They told us the whole house was brand new. Everything that they put in, everything was new.
But you saw the place before.
Yes, we saw the place before.
Was everything brand new?
No.
Everything wasn't brand new.
So is what you're telling me they said they would put in new things?
Yes, they told me they would put in a new shower because it looked really bad. Like, it was a gray color.
Okay, so they told you they would put in a whole new shower? Mm-hmm. What else?
And he told me that he was going to put bars on the window, he was going to fix the closet doors, he was going to fix the room door, he was going to fix the cabinets. Actually, he didn't do that. He put one brown, another one light brown, and another white cabinet. So I don't understand how that goes. Then the refrigerator, I told him since the day I saw the apartment.
No. Did he tell you he was going to put in a new
Yes.
refrigerator?
No, because he didn't remove it, so there was no space to put another refrigerator there. The kitchen is very small.
Did he remove it?
No.
Did you bring in a new refrigerator?
No, because he didn't remove it, so there was no space to put another refrigerator there. The kitchen is very small.
What What did you do with the other refrigerator?
I left it there. I didn't move it. I just left it there, and I brought myself a cooler until he decided to remove the refrigerator.
We were actually promised that we would get help to remove the refrigerator if it didn't stop stinking, and that never happened.
What else?
We moved in, and they promised everything was brand new, but we have pictures of the tub overclogging because of the paint chipping. From the inside of the tub, it chipped and it clogged it. When it clogged it, a bunch of worms came up, like out of the shower. And I mean, you can say that it's not worms. They told us that the plumber supposedly said we stuffed noodles into the shower. I mean, I'm a grown man.
Now, just a second. Let me start out with this premise, based upon what I've heard so far. I don't want you to be defensive. Two young people saved their money to move into their first apartment together, managed to save up $3,250. They move in, and they move in all of their furniture in March. And unless something is wrong with the apartment, no normal people would move out and go through the expense of moving out a month later. So something has to be wrong with the apartment. Now, they're two young people, and maybe they should have put everything down in writing, what were promised to them. Do you have that?
We have everything promised to us in writing.
I'd like to see it.
Yes. All right, so basically
No.
Oh, sorry about the
First
basically.
of all, no basically. Second of all, just hand it to me.
So they...
No.
Just hand it to her.
All right.
You have a nasty way about you.
Excuse me?
Is this you who are writing this or her?
I don't know.
One.
Which one? I don't
Which
know
one?
what it says.
It's Dave.
You got a nasty way about you.
Okay.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, and Your Honor, then we have pictures of it over flooding, too.
I'd like to see that. I want to see the premises on their moving in, and I want to see the premises when they moved out.
These are the before pictures. These are the after. The last 2 pages, when they printed, there's a before and an after on it.
What's this a picture of?
The floor.
That didn't happen in a month.
They were there more than a month, and I also have the receipts to show when I paid for the flooring to be put in.
Your Honor, I have the text
And when I bought
messages
the-
of
Just a second. Didn't happen in a month.
Your Honor, I have the text messages of exactly
more
when
than
we
a month.
moved in.
Just a second.
Oh, sorry.
I know when you moved in. I want to know when you moved out.
They were evicted in June. They didn't move out. They were evicted by the courts in June.
And I have that.
When did you move out is my question.
April 19th.
April 19th, we had belongings inside of the apartment, but that was because it was like...
I don't care. If you had belongings in the apartment, then you're there.
We couldn't go back to the apartment because she was threatening me, and I had to press charges on Melissa Dempsey.
We have police reports and video recording.
Just a second. Would you just show this to the plaintiffs, please? And show this to the plaintiffs, please? That's all trash. What is this trash? What is that?
That's all garbage.
It's all garbage. It's all trash.
Is that yours?
The trash that's in the kitchen, they claim to clean out the bottom of our kitchen, but all right, this is how I knew.
All I'm asking you is that your stuff?
No, this in the kitchen is not ours. This right here, like the 3 hangers, are ours. Yes, they are.
What's this a picture of?
The stuff they left in the refrigerator, and I believe also in the closets.
When did you finally move your furniture out?
In June.
In June.
Yes.
So you owe rent for April.
No, we paid April. It's May, June.
So you didn't pay rent for 2 months.
For May and June. Yes, Your Honor.
Where did you go in May and June?
We were staying at hotels.
Why?
Because we didn't really have
They
a
were
place.
threatening us.
They were threatening us. We have
Videos and police reports of them threatening us. She said she
That
was
what?
going to beat me up. She was threatening me, saying she was going to beat me up, this, that, and the third. I have letters stating that she turned off my heater, and I have an asthmatic baby in the apartment. That apartment's too cold upstairs because we're in the attic. So I had to keep my heater on. I pay my own heater.
Who was the last tenant in that apartment?
That would be Hernandez.
And how long was Hernandez?
Over a year.
Prior?
A family that lived there. It was Roman and her
how
children.
long? And how long was that?
Several
tenant?
years. About 10 years.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, he's mistaken. It was Roman lived on the 2nd floor with her family. Her mother actually
that's right.
lived
I'm
in the
sorry.
3rd floor apartment, which was Roman. The mother lived there for 2.
I'd like you to tell me when this apartment was refurbished, either after Mr. Hernandez or after Miss Roman moved out.
It was after both of them.
You have the receipts for that?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see them. Thank you. What are these things for?
It was the flooring. It's the actual flooring when it was purchased.
I said refurbished, painted.
No, I'm
carpeted.
sorry. We put in new floors. We painted the apartment just one solid color, white.
I asked you when Mr. Hernandez moved out, did you paint and refurbish the apartment?
Yes,
Do you have any receipts for that?
That's the receipts for the brand new flooring.
Okay, fine.
Ma'am, Your Honor.
Fine.
It
Listen to
ourselves.
me. You owe them 2 months' rent. Because if your furniture is there, then you're there. Unless there's a reason that you had to leave. I'll hear you about the reason that you had to leave.
Can I show you the video why I don't want to live there, please?
Look, also with this.
No, I can't hear both of you.
Go ahead, babe.
Hello? Yeah, if you want to run your mouth, come to my face and run it. Yeah, you're real cute.
You're calling me, you're mad because you can't replace the refrigerator. Okay. Okay, all right. Don't worry, I will be showing this to the judge. Thank you.
Shut up.
Who said for me to shut up?
I said for you to shut up.
Who said for...
That's not me.
Oh, no, this is not his apartment. Let me tell you something. First of all, I really do not need to shut up because I'm tired of you guys harassing my man and calling him, yelling at him while he's driving. My son is in the car.
That's your mother?
That's my mother. I was just letting you know it's not me on the recording.
Does your mother live with you?
My mother is the owner of the home. She lives on the first floor.
She owns the home where
She's
they live?
owner occupied.
Yeah, that's
yes.
our landlord.
I have power of attorney because my mother is unable to fly to actually come here, and I have power of attorney to be
Certainly
here for
doesn't
her.
sound as if she's weak. I want you to tell me, since I read some of your stuff here, I want you to tell me why you think that these young people who saved $3,000 to move in together, bought new furniture, moved in the new furniture, why you think they physically moved out after 4 weeks. Now, I'm not asking you. I'm asking you.
They were moving out because they were not able to get over in every which way they tried.
Just get over with what?
Okay. It started out that there was a complaint that they were having worms coming up out of the tub. I had a plumber come in. There was no worms. I had a fire inspector come and
I don't want you to say... I'm going to dismiss your case. Do you understand?
Don't do that.
So they were complaining of rodents coming up.
Correct. Fire report shows nothing to be found.
Next
item was they were complaining about security bars being put on a window. State showed them paperwork. If you want something done like that, you would have to send in a letter of request to us and we'll take care of it.
Next.
According to us, we have security bars.
Next.
The other issue was they decided that everything was going to become a problem. This is broke. There was nothing wrong with it. It was a brand new closet door. The door don't work. I went upstairs, took care of it. The second day, I get a text message. Now the tub is backing up. I took care of it. Following day, comes up again. Other issues. Oh, there's a hole in the closet door. What hole? The doors are all brand new. There's brand new doors put up, brand new hangers. Everything is new. Flooring is new and all.
Now, I don't want you to show me the flooring. I want you to show me everything else that's brand new. I want you to see...
All your photos.
No. I want to see paid bills that everything is brand new.
That contractor did everything new.
Listen to me.
We don't have it.
You don't have it?
No.
Because I looked at the pictures. That's not brand new. That apartment is not brand new.
No, we never said the entire apartment was brand
I didn't ask you to say a word. The apartment was not brand new based on the photographs that you showed me.
Okay.
So what you just said to me was not true. What you just said to me, if you told that to him, it was not true.
There was not.
I haven't heard a reason from you yet why these two young people, and you know, I'm usually pretty sympathetic to landlords, but something has to make sense.
Hey, more. No problem.
Make sense. And it doesn't make sense to me that these two people would save their money, buy new furniture, probably took them a long time to do that, move into a place, and unless something was radically wrong, not with them, but with the apartment and the atmosphere, that they would move out 4 weeks later. It doesn't make sense. They don't look like crazy, and it has nothing to do with getting over.
No, well, there was more. Narcotics use being used. The entire house reeking of marijuana on a daily routine. I have a young child and I asked him, please, do not allow this to happen. According to the lease, it is a smoke-free environment.
That's
every day.
Just a second. Absolutely true. You're absolutely correct. I read that in the lease, and there's no question that you were smoking weed. No question in my mind, because you actually acknowledge it in here. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. But he also said that we could smoke on the roof, Your Honor. That's also in those text messages.
I understand. He says, go take a walk or go up on the roof. I understand.
The roof is on our attic.
Listen to me. You have a 3-year-old asthmatic child, according to you. That's what you said. You have a 3-year-old
Yes, Your-
asthmatic child.
Yes, Your Honor, but the child wasn't even able to stay there more than a week because we didn't have bars on the windows. We had problems with the shower.
All right.
I also have the fire department proof that the flooring wasn't done all the way.
I don't want to hear you anymore. I don't want you to say anything unless I ask you a question. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
2 months' rent is what you owe them. There's no question that you were in violation of the lease by smoking in the building. There's also no question that this side, including her mother, had trouble with you right from the beginning. Whatever it is, it wasn't a brand new apartment. All I want to know is, did they pay you the 2 months' rent, or did that come off out of the $4,500?
No, the $4,550 that they're suing for is the 2 months' rent that they've already paid for living in the apartment, plus the security
they don't
deposit.
get that back. Their security deposit was $1,950.
Yes. Your Honor, if I may say one thing, just to explain why all this actually started. 4 days after they moved into the apartment, they both came down because my mother never actually got to meet Veronica. She only met James. My mom explained to them that she wanted it to be more like a family so that we could be comfortable. That's how she likes it to be with her tenants. At that time, Veronica felt the need to ask us if we would provide her with an additional lease with only her and her child's name on it because she gets welfare and she wanted to defraud them and not tell them that she lived with Mr. Glass because then they would cut her benefits.
And they never cut my benefits
we said
because
no,
Glass was on my lease.
we would not provide her with an additional lease. That's when
You
the
did
problem
provide
started.
me an additional lease.
No, we did
yes,
not.
you did. You provided me 3 of them. One with my name by myself, one with Mr. Glass. And
Why did you want a lease just by yourself?
no, I didn't want a lease, but just by myself. They rented to me. Glass wasn't upstairs. They don't want to make that clear. I went upstairs. I went upstairs by myself and spoke to Dave.
Listen to me. I'm really smart. I know all the drills about welfare. Why did you want a lease in your name alone? Give me
I
an
wanted
answer.
a lease in my name with my son because they were going to cut my food stamps. But then they got the original lease, and the lady, they did cut it about like $117.
All right. Okay. All right. You owe them $2,600 for the 2 months that your stuff was there. They owe you $1,750 for the return of your security deposit, which means
we have a counterclaim.
I know you have a counterclaim. I've considered your counterclaim. I don't see damage. Do you understand?
Have the bill.
I don't care.
I have the paid bill.
All I'm awarding you to clean the apartment is $250. Do you understand?
And what about the brand new floors that they scratched and put holes in?
Just a second. You're not getting new floors.
I don't want new floors.
Good. Perfect.
But I should still be paid for the damage they created.
They owe you $2,600, and from that, I am deducting $1,750, which is the security deposit, which means I am awarding you on your counterclaim $850. Your claim is dismissed. We're done. And she opened the envelope in front of you.
Yes.
And she opened the envelope in front of you.
No, she did not.
She left.
Right. It was in my mailbox for her.
So you didn't even tell her to come in?
No.
Is there any reason why?
I just didn't want to. I didn't want to be bothered because it would be complaints over money and complaints over my son, and it is not my job to pay his bills. You're going to say, yes, I did in August. But the fight is between him and her and not me.
You're absolutely right. Just make sure that you don't have blinders on. You may have a 45-year-old son and you may love him. If he does the wrong thing, you have to say to him, Kenny, you're 45. I told you when you did the wrong thing when you were 3 and 6 and 10, and you're doing the wrong thing now. You made these children. She made these children. It's not like she's a bum laying in bed and eating bonbons and saying, you know, you have to take care of me. She works.
Right.
You work, and your primary responsibility right now is during this transition period with your children, since you're not here anymore, to make sure that they feel secure. And the custodial parent, which happens to be their mother, because Kenny doesn't want the children. Kenny doesn't want the children full time. He's very happy with a part-time. Well, let me ask you this question. I won't even ask you. Don't go like this. Did the stipulation provide that you share custody 50-50?
No, I'm a custodial parent. He gets them every other weekend and one day a week.
That's what men usually want when they're 45, because his girlfriend doesn't want these children around all the time. She may say, I want to be their new mother.
She won't allow the children to be.
She may say, I love them and I want to be their mother. Not so. Not so. I'd rather go to Florida. So you have to take blinders off and just look at it from a dispassionate position. All right, so now she comes over and the check is made out for September 31st. She comes back and she says, do something with the check. And she's angry.
Right.
What did she say to you?
She did not. She wanted me to issue her my own personal check.
No.
Just a second. Yes. Just a second. Let's say she wanted you to issue her your own personal check, and you can say to the Zindi when he comes home from Florida, you're going to reimburse me $1,407 because that's what I gave Lori for the children because you wrote the check out wrong. What's wrong with that?
I had Kenneth on the phone, and he said, Mom, you can change the date on the check because there was a 9, and it could have so easily been made into an 8 for the date, and Lori would not permit me to do it.
Well, you know, he's probably not a bad guy, your son.
Of course not.
Right. Right now, his whole life is being ruled by one organ, and it is not above his neck. Now, instead of saying, I'm in Florida, I don't want there to be any trouble. I wrote the check out wrong. I'll reimburse you as soon as I get back from my vacation. Write Lori a check out for the kids. I don't want her to be aggravated. So that's not what happened. And there was a whole kerfuffle, and she got aggravated and she got hot. And you didn't do anything when she got hot. She left. It was an unpleasant moment. Kenny is laying around the pool at the Fontainebleau in Florida with his girlfriend. Kenny called the police. Would that be a fair statement?
Oh, my
No,
God.
just a second. Just say a yes or a no.
Yes.
Did you call police or
Yes.
did Kenny in Florida call the police?
Yes.
So Kenny is laying around the pool having a drink with an umbrella in it. You're there dealing with his problem. You don't call the police. He does, from Florida. So the police arrive and you tell them what happened. She came here, she was annoying, she yelled at me and whatever. And according to your answer, the police said, well, if she was that annoying, you can file for a protective order, right?
Right.
So you said, she was nasty. My son is in Florida. Police said I could file for a protective order. You go and you file for a protective order. Not because you called the police and felt threatened, but because Kenny, drinking his margarita around the pool, he thought that you were threatened. So she hires a lawyer and you go to court. But she had to pay for the lawyer separately from the matter. That's why we're here.
Yes.
Mr. Austin, it is your claim that the defendant is responsible for an accident that you had while you were riding your moped.
That is correct.
Just tell me the date of the accident, please.
June 20th, 2017.
And your moped had a license. It was...
Yep, it was licensed and registered and everything.
And what kind of car were you driving, Miss Austin?
A CTS Cadillac.
What year?
03.
At the time of the accident on June 20th, did the car have insurance?
No, ma'am.
That's why we're here.
Yes.
Because if we had insurance, your insurance would have covered the damage.
Yes.
So this is going to be fast. You're going down the street, you're pulling out of a parking space.
Yes.
And you're pulling out of a parking space, and according to that chart over there, either he swerved to avoid you or your car came into contact with his. Did her car come into contact with yours?
I believe it did.
But you're not sure.
Yes.
But what happened is you are driving your moped down the traffic lane.
Mm-hmm.
She had scrapes and abrasions.
Yes.
Okay. Did you see her pulling out of the spot? She is coming out of a parking space.
Correct.
So you clearly have the right of way.
Correct.
So whatever happened, whether he swerved to avoid you coming out of the parking space or you hit him, your car is responsible. Can I see the damage, please?
Would you like the receipt for the damages?
I would like the receipt for the damages and the medical bills, please.
Sure.
You weren't hospitalized.
No.
You had scrapes and abrasions.
Yes.
Okay. Did you see her pulling out of the spot, Mr.
At
Anderson?
the very last minute, which is why I tried to swerve to avoid hitting her. She was attempting to make a U-turn.
Well, that's what I'm looking at. I mean, if she's pulling out, it looks to me, at least based on here, that she wanted to go in the other direction.
That is correct. She wanted to go in the other direction. She was trying to make a U-turn.
From the parking space.
That's not correct.
Where were
I
you?
was pulling out, yes, I was. But I was not trying to make a U-turn.
Where were you going?
I was attempting to go home.
To go home?
Yes, ma'am.
What time of the day?
10:30 p.m.
Where had you come from?
My son's home.
So you were visiting with your son?
Yes.
And you were going to your house?
Yes.
What's the address of your house?
10th Street Northwest.
Do you know where that is?
Approximately, yes.
In order to get there, does she go straight or does she have to go in the other direction?
The easiest freeway access probably would have been in the other direction, yes.
So she was attempting to make a U-turn. You still driving your car without insurance?
No, ma'am. And I do have insurance.
But you didn't on the date of the accident?
Correct.
Oh. Well, you had some serious nicks and bruises and cuts.
Yes.
Sure did.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Actually, when I was pulling out to attempt to go home, to get on the freeway is on 46. So that would make me have to go straight, not to make a U-turn. And I did not hit this man. He laid his bike down himself. And afterwards, he got up. He was fine.
Are you crazy? Is there something wrong with you?
Yes.
Is there something wrong with you?
No,
You're
ma'am.
not supposed to be driving an automobile, a big old Cadillac, without insurance, or a little car without insurance. You're supposed to have insurance, because your insurance would have paid for his injuries, would have paid for his medical bills, would have paid for his moped. The only reason you're here is because you had no insurance, and you were careless, and he was injured. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. We're finished. Mr. Castro was a friend, and he allowed you to move into his house, and you were paying some modest rent for a room.
Started out at $450. It went
For
up
a
to
room.
$550. Yes.
Mr. Castro, when did he move in?
In July, I think.
June of last year.
That's incorrect, Your Honor. I gave him money in advance, and I never moved into his home until July because I continued to. My pride was in the way, and I didn't want to move in because I still had things right in my life before I took on the venture of sleeping on his couch.
Listen to me. Shortly after you moved in, you moved your girlfriend in. How much after you moved in did you move your girlfriend in? Just answer the question. Month, 2 months, 3 months? How much after?
She came in with me the minute I came. The minute I showed up there, she was there.
You have to get your story straight, sir. You signed a complaint. And the complaint which I have in front of me says, I was down on my luck, and he was doing me a huge favor. My co-plaintiff and girlfriend, Lynette, moved in with me shortly afterwards with his permission. That's what you wrote.
Your Honor,
don't look at me confused, sir.
Your Honor, I didn't write that.
Did you read it? You signed it.
Yes, I did. That part slipped my mind right there. I should have outlined that, okay? I thought I had that correct. But the bottom line is, I'm here to be truthful.
Don't give me a bottom line. Listen to me. I don't want to hear a bottom line. I want to hear somebody telling me with a certain amount of consistency what they filed as a complaint, which is what the defendant.
The complaint is that I bailed this dude out and he didn't pay his bail.
No. The complaint says a lot more than that, sir. Actually, if that's all you were suing for, and that you were living there and he was arrested and you're suing for bail, that's fine. You're suing for a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yes.
Well, then it becomes, then all the rest of it becomes important. If you want to withdraw the rest of your allegations and the rest of your complaint, fine. I will address the issue of bail only. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do?
No.
All right, then we're going to go back to dealing with this case my way, not your way.
Yes.
You moved in, you were down on your luck. According to you, did you want to cross that out too? And the fact that he was doing you a huge favor, do you want to cross that out too?
No.
Okay.
No.
So we let you move in.
That's valid.
And after he let you move in and your girlfriend, then you brought in her mother.
Yeah.
Right. And he let you do that. And when did you bring in the mother?
That's a question you're going to have to address with my significant.
My mom didn't come in until November, late November, early December.
Why wouldn't he know that?
Because this is an agreement that was made between them two. I work most of the time, so I was only there in the nights. I would very rarely see Mr. Castro.
He worked. But I did ask Mr. Castro in the beginning if he would have a problem with that. If he did, then my mom...
Just a second. I don't care. I'm just trying to set up what the turf was like. He rented you a room, you brought your girlfriend in, then she brought her mother in, all living in the same room, I assume.
No.
Let's go back to your complaint.
She was on
He gave you the
couch. And if that wasn't outlined in the complaint, then there was a problem somewhere.
Who was on the couch?
Her mother was on the couch in the front room. And she was paying this man $300 extra a month to sleep on that couch. And he was okay with that. That was a financial benefit for him. He would love that idea, obviously, or she would not have been there.
You live with him full time? Good for you.
Yes.
I'm going to get to what I consider is the only cogent part of his complaint, which is the issue of bail. At some point, you told him to leave, or according to you, they left. I don't care. I'm not entertaining an illegal eviction and you having to stay in a hotel. If you work all those hours, you shouldn't stay at a hotel. You should find an apartment for your girlfriend and her mother. Now, let's talk.
That's much easier said than done.
Listen to me. That didn't require an answer. That was a statement. That wasn't a question. Now, Ms. Turner, at some point you were at home. Mr. Fay wasn't there, and there was an argument that took place between Mr. Castro and his girlfriend.
Yes, ma'am.
They got into an argument, and you called the police.
No.
Who called the police?
His significant other.
His girlfriend called the
ma'am.
police. You did not.
No, ma'am.
I think she called the police on the 13th.
There's no question out there. Is it correct, Mr. Castro, that your girlfriend called the police?
According to my girlfriend, no. She's no longer my girlfriend.
Well, that's hearsay. Okay.
Thank God.
Did you?
Thank God.
Stop.
I'm almost finished with you. You have to understand that. If you can't control yourself in here, I have no patience for that. I'm too old.
This was my friend. You have to understand that too. You know, this was my friend. And it was an unhealthy environment. And I'm glad.
I'm done. You're gone. Goodbye. You take your case back to the small claims court where it came from. Do you understand?
Seriously?
No, not seriously. Super seriously. Mr. McLeod, you are 18, is that correct?
No, 22.
22. And you get Social Security benefits.
Yes.
For what?
Well, I have a serious back pain that I had since I was 6.
So you've been getting Social Security benefits since you're 6?
Yes.
How do you support yourself?
I do producing.
Producing what?
Music.
For whom?
Well, I have a studio with my uncle right here.
Do you play an instrument?
Keyboard.
How long have you done that?
Well, I'm kind of new at it. I'm still learning about it.
Did somebody teach you how to play the keyboard?
Yeah, my uncle did, yeah.
How long did he teach you how to play a keyboard?
It's been 3 years now.
And what do you do with it? Do you make records? Do you perform someplace?
Well, I do it at my house right now.
What do you mean you do it at your house?
Well, it's like a home-based studio.
Do you make records or recordings?
Yeah, recordings.
Do you sell them?
Yes.
To whom?
Online, like iTunes and YouTube.
Who manages the business?
My uncle, me, and my grandmother.
Well, so you're a young man, so why do you get a disability?
It was something that my mom kind of started.
But you're not disabled, you work, you make music, you...
Right, don't know, really.
I mean, I'm just asking you a question because I'm curious about the way your mind is working, because you seem like an honest young man. Let's say your music took off and you were making decent money, really decent money, and you had this extra money from Social Security, this extra $850 a month that you've been collecting since you're 6. Would you still collect it? You guess so?
Yeah.
This is what the case is about. You know the defendant for a long time. I don't know, she has a child with somebody that you know. Anyway, you've known her for a long time, and you needed a place to stay for a while. You moved in with her, and she became your payee on your Social Security. Living with her didn't work out, and it is your claim that she kept a couple of months of your Social Security benefits.
Yes.
Your grandmother had been your payee.
Yes.
And then weren't getting along with your grandmother, so you moved in with her. Took some time. How many months did you live with her in total?
7 months.
And for how many months did she collect Social Security as your payee?
That time, 7 months.
All 7 months. Well, that's impossible, because if you moved in with her, you would have had to have made adjustments.
Oh, yeah, it took like 2 months. Yeah.
So that she got no money, right?
Yeah.
So she got no money for 2 months out of the 7 months.
Yes.
And then when you moved out, according to you, she kept 2 months
Yes.
of payments.
Yeah.
Where did you move back to?
My grandmother's house.
That's where you had been living.
Yes.
Where you and your grandmother and your uncle are in business.
Right.
Well, she didn't get paid for 2 months to house you, to feed you, to take care of you. Don't you think she should? You don't know.
No.
I don't think that I'm going to give you back this money. Those are the facts. The facts are she kept either 1 or 2 months, and she says you didn't pay 1 or 2 months when you lived there. See,
Well,
you see, Mr. McLeod, the government is soft-hearted. The government wants to be able to help people who can't work,
Right.
even if they're not of age to retire. So then you have Social Security disability. Now, I don't know what prompted your mother when you were 6 years old to get Social Security disability for you. Did you have surgery after you were 6 years old on your back?
Yeah.
What kind of surgery did you have on your back?
It was back surgery, spine.
You had that when you were how old?
6.
6.
That I can remember, yeah.
And then you went back to school. You recovered. You went back to school.
Yes.
Did you ever play sports?
Yeah, basketball, but I couldn't do it for too long.
But you played basketball. Now you work with your uncle and your grandmother in a home-based studio making music.
Yeah.
That's not what Social Security disability is designed for, Mr. McLeod. It's not designed for that. It's designed for people who cannot work, who cannot take care of themselves. That's what the government does. And one of the reasons that the resources of our government are being tapped like this is because people who can work and do work, because they've been collecting Social Security disability for 15 years, still think it's okay. Well, they send it to me and I take it. So your case is dismissed. I'm done. I think that you agree, Ms. Roman, based upon your answer, that there was a time when your father owed his brother some money.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are the executor of your father's estate?
Yes, ma'am.
How much money did your father acknowledge that he owed to his brother?
He didn't give me an exact amount, but he said he was borrowing money to pay house taxes.
Did he tell you when he started to borrow money from his brother?
I want to say 2015.
Is that when he started to borrow the money?
Yes, April of 2015.
And how much did he borrow?
Just under $4,000. It was 2 house payments and a year's worth of property taxes.
Give me the figures.
39, 23. I've got it summarized here if you'd like to see.
Okay. So the only issue that has to be resolved is Ms. Roman, as the executor of the estate, since you acknowledged that there was a debt owed to the plaintiff that should have been a debt that was taken from his estate if there was money in the estate, was there?
Yes, but when my dad was alive, he paid back.
I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
But that was a debt that would have
Yes,
been
ma'am.
paid. Your father passed away when?
October 2016.
So you're going to show me, because this is your defense. Now we acknowledge that there was a debt, $3,923. So now your defense is that your father paid him back
Yes, ma'am.
during his lifetime. So you're going to show me from April of 2015 to October of 2016 payments to your uncle that were $3,900.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Is that fair? You had access to her father's account and
Correct.
withdrew money regularly and paid yourself back. So maybe we can simplify this. Did you have access to your brother's account?
Yes, that's the only way I would do the loan.
Did you pay yourself back any of this money, all or part of it?
14 payments.
14 payments in what amount?
$218 and some odd cents.
72 cents.
200.
18. May I explain that amount?
Sure.
So the loan was for $118, but I took additional $100 out so he can pay his property taxes.
So you so far took out $2,912.
Yeah.
That's what I have.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Just a second.
Okay.
I'm going to get to you in a minute. You acknowledge that you took back $2,900 of the $3,900 that he owed you. That's what you say.
Yes.
She may have more. So that means the remainder of what he owes you would be, if he was alive, would be $1,000. If he owed you $39.23 and he paid you $29.12, what's left is $1,011.
So my math is different. The loan part would be $118.72. Now mine came out to $16.62 of what he has paid me. So that I come up with a balance of $22.61.
In December 23rd of 2015, he took out $1,048, not the $218.72, which makes up your difference that you're talking about.
Yes.
This is a summary, and this is my dad's bank account statements.
Did you ever take out $1,000?
Yes, and I can explain that.
The amount that you took out was in May 218.72, June 218.72, July 218.72, August 218.72, September 218.72, October 218.72, November 218.72, December 1,048. What was the 1,048 for?
Because he was bouncing checks on the house payment. So I go, look at, man, let me take the whole house payment out plus the 218. And here's a copy of the receipt of the house payment I made.
Well, you added everything together, sir. I said, what did he owe you? And you told me $3,923. And you said that was for 2 house payments and property taxes.
Yes.
That's what you told me before. All of those things together, $3,923. So you've been fully paid.
I don't have a calculator, but I have 14.
I have a calculator.
So
I used a calculator.
So you're saying 14 payments at 118.72 is
218.72.
okay. The extra 100, it was to his property taxes, which I got a copy of that check also.
Oh, property taxes? Whose property taxes?
My brother's house. He was struggling with payment, so we made an agreement that I'll take an additional $100 a month out and pay his portion of property taxes because he wasn't very good at budgeting.
That's not true.
I've got a check here proving that.
He's paid the mortgage payments and the taxes for 5 years, and May needed help at one time.
She doesn't owe you any more money. We're done. What's your last name?
Derek Hanley.
That's your mother?
Yes.
And who is the gentleman with her?
Stepfather.
Okay. Are you part of this action?
Yes.
Great. And this is your girlfriend?
Right.
You have a child together?
Yes.
Who's 5 years old?
Yes.
What were you doing living with your mother and your stepfather?
Well, what happened was they had
Just listen to me.
Oh, okay. Sure.
No. You're going to tell him there's only one attitude here. That's fine.
Sorry.
You're going to tell me why you and your girlfriend with a 5-year-old child were living with your mother and stepfather when you went to live there, month and year. You're going to tell me that.
Okay. It was probably about 10 years ago, I would say.
No.
10 years ago?
No, it was recently.
10 years ago?
No, it was recently.
Try not to speak to each other.
Sorry.
You've been living with your mother and your stepfather for 10 years.
No, it started off 10 years ago.
What started off?
Where I was living with them at a duplex house.
How long have you two been together?
10 years.
How long have you been living with your mother and your stepfather in the current residence before you got evicted?
We didn't get evicted, but...
6 months.
Just a shh. Did you just say to me we didn't get evicted?
Right.
Okay, good. So we didn't get evicted. You left on your own?
No.
How did you leave?
There was a false restraining order on us.
So you left because your mother and your stepfather got a restraining order against
A false
you?
restraining order, yes.
Okay. Now, when you were living with them, how much rent were you paying?
We started off probably...
No, not started. At the time that they got this restraining order and you were tossed out of the house, how long had you been living with them in the current residence?
Probably only 4 months.
Did you move there from the duplex?
Nope, from another place where we had our own.
So you had your own place?
A couple times.
So after the duplex, you were on your own for a while?
Right.
You, your girlfriend, and your daughter?
Right.
And then 4 months ago, you moved in with your mother and your stepfather?
Right.
Now, we're going to go back to the original question, why? It had to be for your economics.
Right.
Okay.
No.
Because you needed a place to stay and you couldn't afford it.
No.
Well,
right.
Otherwise, people usually don't go home to their mothers and stepfathers
Right.
if they can afford their own place. You know, it's like the migratory pattern of Jews. They go from New York to Florida. They never go back. Do you understand?
Yes, absolutely.
Good. So you don't go home to live. Is there something wrong with you?
No, sorry.
You don't go home to live with your mom unless you have to because of economics. So you were living on your own, the two of you, with your daughter, where?
In another town, a couple towns over. No, it was just a small bedroom.
So
it
in
was
an
just
apartment?
no, it was just a small bedroom.
So you were renting a room?
Right.
Were you working?
Yes.
Was your girlfriend working?
Yes.
So why did you move with your mother and stepfather?
Well, she has a third floor that's completely redone. It's got 15-foot ceilings. There's a bathroom. My daughter has her own bedroom. It's really nice. It was empty. It's been empty for the whole time we weren't there. She said, come back there. You know.
She said, come back.
Yes.
Because it was much nicer than
It
where
was
you were living.
much nicer, right.
So she was nice to you. She said, come back.
Right.
Move in with us.
Right.
Okay. And you did. So you were renting a room. So you took whatever you were living in the room.
Right.
And you moved into the third floor in your mom's house.
Right.
And I'm waiting.
And what had happened was we had lived there before and it didn't work out.
Just a second. But you went back to try it again because you needed it, because you were living in one room with your daughter.
You could say that, right? Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Not I could say that. That's what you're going to say. It didn't work out before living with your mother and stepfather, so you moved out.
Right.
But things got a little cramped. You were trying to move back, and your daughter is 5. She was going to a school.
Right.
And it was a better school where your mom lives. That's what you said in your paper, right? That's what you.
Right.
I remember reading about it.
Okay.
So now you moved in, and 4 months later, she had to get a restraining order against you, or at least asked for one, because she wanted to evict you, but it was going to take too long, so she got a restraining order against you instead. Okay. Tell me what happened.
What had happened was I had just got home from work a week prior. We had called the cops on them, actually.
So you called the police on your mother and stepfather.
Right.
Now, you're living in the house, not paying any rent.
No, I was paying rent.
How?
I was paying $100 a week.
And you were up to date on your rent?
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you what you wrote in your complaint. She also wanted us to save our money so we could find a place near them. She told us to pay $100 per month, and we could stay for 1 year. We agreed and moved in. She took our door off the hinges because she tried to collect $100 weekly instead of monthly. You just told me that the rent was $100 a week.
That's what yeah.
But not in your complaint. In your complaint, you said it was $100 a month.
There was supposed to be no rent. She told me that we could save money completely when we were going to move there.
Would you show him this, please, Officer Bird? That's your signature.
Okay.
That's the girlfriend's signature.
Sure.
That's what it says.
Okay.
Yes.
So you came home from work and she told you she wanted the $100 a week instead of maybe $100 a month that you were giving them. And what happened?
Well, the week before, I said we had called the cops.
On them.
On them, right.
Because?
Because she was just coming up there harassing us.
Harassing you for what?
She just was...
Did she ask you for money?
No, she was just harassing us to do errands and stuff. As well as money, yes. As well as money, just a bunch of stuff. We just didn't want to be bothered. She was coming right up there, you know. She left us notes as well. We have them here while we were staying there. Just crazy notes. It's just absolutely crazy, Your Honor.
Go.
I know.
You're not stuck there like glue.
Right, exactly.
No, you weren't paying the rent.
We were only there 4 months.
You weren't paying the rent you were supposed to pay. According to you, you were supposed to, according to what you just told me now twice, because I asked you twice.
Okay.
You were supposed to pay $100 a week, and here you said $100 a month. She came upstairs, she was harassing you. One of the things she was harassing you about was rent and money. Okay, so you called the police on your mother.
Right.
And then?
They said, leave us alone. Then I went to work the next week, 5 o'clock at night. I came home. We're upstairs, minding our own business. A knock on the door. I was like, what's going on? So I went down. It was a marshal saying she had to leave right this instant. 2 days later, I get served saying that I hit her. I never touched her.
Good.
Ever.
Now where are you living?
We're living at a studio place.
Nice. Away from your mother.
Away from her, exactly.
Away from your mother. Very good. If you don't like living with your mother, move out. How old are you?
Exactly.
How old are you?
37.
37. Time to be on your own.
Right.
With your girlfriend.
Absolutely.
It takes you a long time to make up your mind. What stuff do you claim your mother kept from you? Because the marshal came, the marshal allowed you to take stuff with you, and you were only coming from a room. Do you remember you told me that? So now I'd like you to tell me what stuff that your mother disposed of or kept from you.
There was a room with an attic where I had a lot of stuff, but I have pictures here.
When the marshal told your girlfriend to leave, did she leave?
Yeah, she had no choice.
Did she take your daughter with her?
Yes.
Where did she go?
We had to go to a hotel.
And did you, after that date, do you remember what that date was?
I believe it was around
5/16.
5/16.
After May 16th, pay careful attention, did you ever go back to your mother's house to get any of your property?
I went back once.
On what date?
Probably a week later.
23rd.
23rd.
And who did you go back with?
By myself, I called the police and they gave me
an escort.
An escort, yes.
An escort. So you went back by yourself in your car?
Yes.
And you took property from there?
What I could take in a little car, yeah.
We're talking about on the 23rd, Mr. Handley. You were there with a police escort. Did anybody prevent you with the police escort? Because I call the police to find out. Did either your mother or your stepfather prevent you from taking anything else that belonged to you on the 23rd?
No, they didn't prevent me, but I noticed some stuff was missing.
The case is dismissed. We're done.
No, please, can I?
We're done. When was the engagement over?
The engagement was over when she left August 28th
Of this year?
of this year, 2016.
I'm not interested in March of 2015. What's next?
I have court papers right here I was hoping you can help me with because I've not seen my son since September 25th.
I can't help you with that. Did you file for visitation?
Your Honor, yes, I have. But she's been ducking me. I have not seen her.
You mean she hasn't been served?
She has not been served because I've been trying to get her served at her job, but she has not been working there. I've been looking for her.
All I can do
and
is
I cannot find her. She has the.
Shh. I'm going to tell her something. I don't have the jurisdiction to order visitation. Do you understand?
Yes.
All I can do is tell you this. You have a son together? Mm-hmm. Do you have a son together?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
How old is that child?
10 months.
You left in August?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Do you work? Do you work?
Yes, I was working.
Did you work?
Yes.
Did Mr. Benson work?
Yes.
Did you work the same hours?
No.
When you worked, who took care of the baby?
I only worked on Saturday. At the time, him.
Eventually, he's going to have visitation with his son. And a judge will order that he have visitation with his son. And when it was convenient for you, when you wanted to work, you found nothing inappropriate about his behavior, so that you left an infant with his father to take care of. So eventually, Mr. Benson is going to be smart enough to either retain a lawyer or himself say that to the judge. Till she left, she worked on Saturdays, and I took care of my son. She left me in charge of my son. So it's going to be a very hard uphill battle for you to say he can't see him now because now he's dangerous, now that it's no longer convenient for you. If you don't get along with him anymore, that's your business. If he doesn't get along with you, that's his business. But the two of you made a child together, and the child has two parents. And both parents are entitled to be in that child's life. And it is inappropriate for one parent to deprive another parent, put your hand down, to deprive another parent and to deprive a child of the input of a second parent because they don't get along anymore. And whether it was an acrimonious departure or whether it was a happy departure is not relevant. Not relevant. Your son has a right to have the input of both parents, and you picked him. Okay. Now, that's as much as I can do to help you. Now, what you have to do is to get her served. Hire a process server and get her
it's hard
served.
when you're dealing with someone that's a liar and a manipulator, okay?
Listen to
the last time I saw my son was August 25th. Okay.
Mr. Benson, you're not listening to
You're not listening
to
Mr. Benson. When I did not abuse him at all, Your Honor, and this is why I haven't seen my son.
Mr.
Okay, I've been under emotionally distressed.
Sure. I'm going to throw you both out. You're not listening to me. I told you I have no jurisdiction with regard to granting you an order of visitation.
I understand.
I've told her what I thought as someone who sat in the family court and worked in the family court for a quarter of a century. And if you get a judge who has appropriate experience, the judge is going to tell you the exact same thing that I did, that you're not supposed to be manipulative with regard to a child that the two of you made together. It was your choice to make a child with him. That's all we're going to talk about with regard to visitation.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Glavin, I read your complaint. About 2 years ago, you and the defendant moved in together and you bought a television set. And you split the cost of the television set that you bought 2 years ago. How much did you put in?
$300.
And you put in $300.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you split up. Now it's 2 years later. She kept the TV and you want your $300.
Yes, ma'am. That was the terms that we agreed to when we split up and split all our stuff.
You mean she agreed to give you the $300?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that correct?
Not necessarily.
What does that mean, not necessarily? Don't be stupid. If either you agreed to give him $300 or you didn't agree to give him the $300.
Well, he said that he didn't necessarily need the $300 at the time when we were first.
Would you look at me? Don't look at the floor.
Yes, ma'am. When we were first going through the whole breakup situation, he said that it wasn't necessary to give him $300, and I offered, and then I changed my mind.
I want you to tell me exactly how it happened, and don't fumfa.
What does that mean?
Don't waff your answer.
I'm not waffing my answer.
Now, he says that you agreed when you were splitting up the property that you would keep the TV and you would give him $300, and your response to me was not necessarily. So now I want you to tell me exactly what happened.
I offered to give him $300.
What? No, tell me what you said to him.
What I said
He
to him?
said, do you want the TV or do you want me to take the TV? If I take the TV, you give me $300. I want to know what was said, not I offered.
Sorry, I'm trying to process so I word this correctly now.
Just word me the way it happened.
I'm telling you the way it happened. He didn't. I'm sorry, one moment.
I can tell you if you want, ma'am.
I offered. I didn't agree to anything, and he accepted my offer to give him back his money after he said it's not necessary for you to give me the $300 when I was taking the TV.
What property did you keep that you would acquire together?
That we acquired together. The only thing that he had helped pay for that I kept was the TV.
Okay. And what did you take?
I took nothing that we acquired together.
Is that correct?
Yes, but we only paid for the TV together.
Well, where is the TV now?
The TV is at my apartment.
At your apartment? Well, somebody's got to get the TV and somebody has to pay their share. And I don't know if it's $300, but if you agreed to give them $300, televisions depreciate. They don't stay the same. It's not worth the same now. If she went, you see, if neither one of you wanted the TV, Mr. Glavin, if neither one of you wanted the TV, what the court would do is say, you find somebody to buy it and split 50-50 the proceeds. That sounds fair, doesn't it? Because nobody's going to pay $600 for a television set that you bought 2 years ago and used for 2 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, do you want the TV?
Yes, I do.
Did you offer to give him the $300, and did he accept that offer?
He didn't originally, and then he did.
I did accept the offer.
Originally?
Originally, I accepted the offer. Originally, she said she was the one that made the original offer of $300. I told her I don't necessarily need the money, but I will accept the offer. And that was the final terms.
Okay, fine. Now, you want to go into this telephone?
Yes, ma'am. When we were still living together at my parents' house before she had moved out, she had taken my phone.
On what date?
On what day?
What date?
I don't know an exact date. Very late October.
Did you subsequently live together after that?
No.
Okay, so late October she left.
Late October. And she saw a text from one of my friends from Orlando, and it made her very mad. And she took the phone and she pressed it against a side of a dresser for leverage and snapped it in half. And after that, I paid the insurance cost, which was $150.
Tell me your version of the phone.
We did live together after I broke the phone because we were still together. We were living at his parents' house at the time because we were in between leases. We were waiting for our next lease to start after our last lease had ended.
This was after our lease had ended.
Yeah. And I was sitting next to him on the bed one night, or it was about the middle of the day, and he was talking to someone, and I asked who he was talking to, and I saw it was some girl from Orlando, and I asked to see the messages, and he said no. So I took the phone, and it was a message. It was a conversation in regards to him cheating on me, and it made me very angry because he...
So you broke the phone?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean...
Good. $450. $300 was an agreed-upon arrangement between the two of you for the TVs, which I'm not going to get involved with since you agreed to it, and $150 for the insurance for the phone. We're done. The cabin itself was $860.
Yes.
And you went there with your 4 children and a pet.
Yes. My total cost.
And you stayed there on the 6th.
We stayed there on the 6th.
Did you stay there on the 7th?
We did.
Did you stay there on the 8th?
No. We left on the 8th early.
You left on the 8th?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you didn't stay either the 8th or the 9th?
No.
And then you, sometime thereafter, complained to whatever banking institution it was that was handling these transactions, and you were issued a refund.
Well, they falsely advertised. So when we rented the cabin, they advertised it as zip lining.
May I say it, please?
Yes. Yes. So my family and I...
Just a second.
Yes, Your Honor.
Which is why we're here today.
That's right.
Because you believe that you are entitled to, you say $842.60. That's what you're suing for. How much was taken out of your bank? Is that what was taken out of your bank?
That exact amount plus some small fees.
$842.60. Okay, now you're going to tell me why you don't owe him that money.
Well, they falsely advertised. So when we rented the cabin, they advertised it as zip lining.
May I say it, please?
Yes. So my family and I...
Just a second. So sometimes in the wintertime there's skiing.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Skiing's very good.
And you were going in what month? August. So you weren't going skiing?
No.
Well, this says cheap ski and zip lines, okay? Yes. I read your answer, and your answer says that when you got there were no zip lines.
They had closed their doors.
Well, they don't own the zip lines, right?
But they...
Just pay attention. They don't own the zip lines.
Right.
There was no skiing either, right?
No.
You could have found out that there were no zip lines too. All you had to do was make a phone call.
Well, the zip line was there when we rented it. If it closed its doors, so we rented it in June, or paid it in June, July 14th, which I have a picture, they closed their doors. And if we had been, Wrightwood's a small town, if they had notified us, I think it's their responsibility as a cabin to notify
It
us.
certainly is not their responsibility to notify you. It's your responsibility. If you like hiking, if you like fishing, if you like zip lining, it's your responsibility. They rented you the cabin. At the time that they rented you the cabin, based on this, if I assume that this is advertising, this was perfectly accurate. At the time you rented it, it was perfectly accurate.
Yes. I also sent Barbara an email letting her know that my whole family was coming out, my daughter from New York, my other daughter from Northern California, specifically for ziplining, and that's why we were renting the cabin.
You know, the world is all about your responsibility. Your children were coming out. You get on the phone and say, by the way, not to them, to the zipline company, which was operational when you rented the cabin. If you have any doubt whatsoever that it's in operation, then you get on the phone, you say, is it in operation? But you can't just stop payment on leave. You rented the cabin. Somebody may just want to go there for hiking and not ziplining. I certainly wouldn't want to go any place for ziplining. I might want to go for the outdoors and walk around trails if it's pretty there. But I don't understand why it was paid for, why you left.
Because there was nothing to do. Wrightwood's a very small
children
town.
who came to visit you from thousands of miles away, and you have this lovely cabin, and you couldn't find something to do with your children for 2 other days, like go out and prepare great dinners and sit around and talk to each other. I assume you don't see each other regularly.
We don't. The older ones, no.
And you're telling me that there was nothing that you could do with your family that you don't see regularly if there was no ziplining in what looks to me like a beautiful environment?
Well, we weren't enjoying the environment, and my children didn't want to stay.
Yeah, well, then you have spoiled children. But it's not their responsibility to keep you abreast of the comings and goings of business. You rented the cabin, you rented it for 4 days, you have a responsibility to pay for it, and you have your responsibility, because there's no false advertising here. You paid for something. You saw this, you liked it, you knew there was no skiing. At the time that you rented it, there was in fact zip lining. It closed subsequently. I mean, I'm going to give you an example that is way out. What if it closed the day before you got there because there was a death? You think you would be entitled to your money back?
No. But
what if it closed 2 days before you got there because somebody who was ziplining got disconnected and broke their neck, and they closed it down until they figured out whether it was safe? You think you'd be entitled to your money back?
No.
Mr. Case, the defendant is your former girlfriend, and you have 1 child together. That child is how old?
6, Your Honor.
And it's a little boy, and you have primary physical custody of him.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've had primary physical custody of him for several years.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. The defendant shares custody with you in the summertime. Is that my understanding?
That just recently came back.
Just recently?
Yes.
Now, the lawsuit is relatively simple. Each of you are accusing the other of initiating legal proceedings with regard to the other in family court, which cost you both a lot of money, and you want the other to compensate you for the legal fees that were incurred as a result of these frivolous court actions. So I'm going to ask you both one simple question. First, did either of you make application for counsel fees against the other when you were in family court?
No, Your Honor.
Was there a reason for that?
The mediation did not work.
What do you mean the mediation didn't work?
We were required to go to mediation and talk with the parenting coordinator, and we were unable to be civil and work things out, so we went to a trial.
Well, but when you go to a trial, then at the end of the trial, if you have a lawyer, then the lawyer says to the losing party, after 1 case is dismissed and the 2nd case is dismissed, I want counsel fees because this is a frivolous action. Did either of you make that application after the trials?
I did not, because my lawyer advised me that they would not award it to me.
And you?
I never did.
She did. She did file for $700.
In
legal fees, yes.
Was that denied?
Yes.
It was denied by the family court judge.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That is not correct, Your Honor.
Okay, let's see if he probably has something to demonstrate that your attorney did make an application for legal fees.
I have, it's all right here, Your Honor.
Okay, let me take a look.
This is the most recent order where everything was dismissed.
Does that mention the legal fees? Does this mention the legal fees?
It should, yes.
I'm not should. I'm not going to read this whole thing.
Well,
Find it.
denied motion.
We're just talking about legal fees. I understand that promotions were denied. Show me in the order. That's all I want to see.
Right here in the court. I got it in the court docket where it was all denied. You can look over this whole docket.
I don't want to look over the whole document. I want you to take a pen and circle where it says motion for counsel fees by Miss Aldrich is denied. That's it. That's an easy thing.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. It was right here. This is part of it. For some reason, it's not in the court docket, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
If it's not in the court docket, then it's not there. All right. Now, I'm going to address one part of your case, sir, because that's going to be dispositive for me with regard to the entire case. There's no question, Miss Aldrich, that Mr. Case has legal custody of your son, either given to him initially by you or awarded by a court after a trial. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And that is after a full fact-finding trial. The court, clearly by awarding him physical custody, determined that he was a more appropriate parent. That's what the courts do.
Right.
They say between two people. So that's a given. Now, this is what I understand, at least in part, started all this trouble. You had primary physical custody. According to you, at some point last year, your son came home from a visit with his mother. According to you, he had a bruise. Multiple bruises. And you asked him what happened, and he said to you, in effect, Mommy's boyfriend hit me.
Actually, I picked him up from the
No,
visit.
listen to me. Did I say anything that was untrue? I may have said it in different words, but is anything that I said inconsistent with your complaint?
No, you're correct.
Fine. I actually tell the story better than you do because I get to the point. So this is your story. Your son comes home, tells you that his mother's boyfriend hit him, which is why he has bruises. At some time subsequently, Miss Aldrich notified you that she was going on vacation for a week, wanted to take a son with her, and you also ascertained that the boyfriend was going on that vacation. So far, correct?
Correct.
How much time after you noticed these bruises was this vacation supposed to take place?
I'm not sure approximate date, but I filed for a protection order against her boyfriend.
Immediately?
Actually, I made a police report. As I picked him up, I pulled over a police officer as I was driving down the road.
So you made a report immediately?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you initiated a protective order with your son as the beneficiary of that protective order, keeping Miss Aldrich's boyfriend away from your son.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you and your boyfriend go away together with your son on vacation?
No, ma'am.
The boyfriend didn't go?
He was not allowed.
But you went?
I sure did.
And you took your son with you?
Yes, ma'am.
That was after a hearing. Was there ultimately a hearing on that protective order with regard to the boyfriend?
Yes, ma'am.
And what happened with that case?
It got dropped.
When you say it got dropped, or did it get dropped, or did it get dismissed?
It got dismissed. Ralph didn't have any evidence.
Well, that's your conclusion. Did you have a trial?
I did not go. I was on vacation at the time.
You mean to the hearing? Did the boyfriend go?
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up.
Thank you.
Last name, sir?
Mr. Gould, or Gould.
Mr. Gould, you went to the trial for the protective order. And was the protective order granted?
No, the protection order was dropped.
When you say dropped, it was withdrawn.
Withdrawn.
Okay, that's a different story. Do you understand, Miss Aldrich? That doesn't say didn't have any evidence. That means that Mr. Case had accomplished his mission, which was to prevent the boyfriend going on vacation with you and your son. So, mission accomplished. I don't have to proceed with this anymore. Now you can sit down.
Thank you.
I'd like to see the police report.
Police report, denied motion, and incident report, emails, attorney fees.
Stop
and
talking to yourself, please.
Sorry.
Only old
Sorry,
people
Your
talk
Honor.
to themselves. Okay, so let's get to first, Miss Aldrich, with regard to your counterclaim. Based upon this police report alone, it's dismissed. Your counterclaim for the plaintiff filing frivolous actions against you. I must assume that prior to this incident, which occurred on June 4th, 2016, that you had been enjoying visitation with your son on some weekends, correct?
Correct.
How long had you been enjoying visitation with your son? A month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year?
Years.
Years. And this was the first police report that was filed.
Yes, magistrate.
Okay. And the 4th was the actual date that Mr. Chase picked your son up from visitation at your house. The officer's narrative, and I'm not quoting him, I'm quoting what the officer said that your son said to him. Your son said to the officer that the boyfriend hit him, which resulted in the bruises on his legs, shins, and back. That's what the boy told the officer. The officer documented that with photographs because the officer said, I saw the bruises, I documented them with photographs. So the plaintiff had every reason to file for a protective order against Mr. Gould based on this. As a matter of fact, he could have been charged with neglect if he did not do so, knowing that Mr. Gould was again going to be alone in his company without his father present when you were on vacation. Now, you don't know, I don't know, certainly, and I'm not going to get that information here today as to whether or not the plaintiff coached your son to say that. However, based upon your statement to me that you have been having weekend visitation for years without incident, I have to assume that there wasn't an ongoing pattern of trying to disrupt your visitation with your son, but this was an incident that caused his custodial parent some alarm, coming back with bruises. Your excuse to the police officer who spoke to you was, we just took the training wheels off his bike and he fell. That was your reason. So he had every reason to do what he did. So your application for counsel fees is denied. You did what you were supposed to do. What counsel fees do you think you're entitled to?
Just to all the emergency motions that were filed.
Well, she filed an emergency motion as a result of you are trying to preclude her going on a long-standing vacation to allow her to take him. That's perfectly reasonable.
And also for relocation and to file for the custody when there was no extreme change of circumstances.
Well, listen, did you relocate?
No, ma'am.
Did you try to get an order of custody so that you could relocate?
Not for relocation purposes.
For the child sorry.
What do you mean for the child?
It was a relocation for the child, so she would be full custodial parent and not me.
Oh, she filed for change in custody.
Yeah, it just said relocation on the order.
Listen, that happens, and that was just resolved, and it was resolved clearly in your favor. You retained primary custody, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
So that there was some benefit for the defendant in bringing on an application, because instead of weekend visitation, she now gets partial summer visitation, right? But the defendant's visitation rights were expanded as a result of the last order in May. That's a yes or a no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. Your case is dismissed. We're done. Thank you. I only have one other thing to say to you. Your son is 6. You're going to be parents of him. He's going to be living with you probably for the next 12 years. I'm speaking. Try listening. Put on your listening ears, Mr. Chase. I think you're a very nice guy and you're a good parent and you've parented this child reasonably well so far. I see no indication that you have not, which is all a wonderful thing, and I give you credit for that. However, I'm going to tell you this. Both of you didn't make this one child to make his life miserable, I assume. You made this child either on purpose or by accident, but you made this little being who didn't ask to be born, so don't make his life crazy. Do you understand?
I understand.
And your primary responsibility when your son is with you is to him, period. Nobody else. And I guarantee you that if you had primary custody of your son and he went with his father for a weekend and you picked your son up and he had bruises, which your son clearly did, and your son said that his girlfriend hit him, you would have done nothing less, right?
Correct.
Good. We're done. Is there someone whose name is Dusty here? That would be you.
Yes.
You are the plaintiff's wife?
Yes.
Are you together?
Not at this moment, no.
And you are appearing as a witness for him?
Yes.
Interesting. Now, Mr. Barnes, you lived with your wife in a rental property that is owned by the defendant.
Yes, ma'am.
Your wife's name was on the lease. Your name is not on the lease.
Yes.
The defendant knew you were there. Is that correct?
That's not correct.
Oh, that's not true. Then your counterclaim is dismissed because your counterclaim is that he was supposed to fix a shed for you. You paid him to fix the shed. He never fixed the shed, and the materials disappeared. Well, why would you pay? I mean, he was just a maintenance guy that was around, so you knew he was living there.
Yes.
So why did you say no?
It's been a rocky relationship, and they split up a number of times.
That's okay, but you knew he was living
I
there.
did know, yes.
Okay. And you knew he had been living there for a long period of time, as long as Dusty has lived there? How long was Mr. Barnes living there? When did you move in, Mr. Barnes?
October 19th of 2015.
And on what date did you change the locks?
November 9th, 2016.
You can't do that. So his lawsuit is for an illegal eviction and for some property that he claims was lost somehow. You have a counterclaim. Your counterclaim is some damage that was done to the house by this person who you first said that you didn't know was living there, and something that has to do with this shed that he was supposed to build for you. Okay, what I find is curious. Did you bring him today?
We flew together.
Because the story is a rather convoluted one. According to Miss Howell, you advised Miss Howell that you and the defendant were once again off again. You were leaving. Is that right?
Yes.
I could stand up over there. When did you tell her you were leaving?
It was like November, a little after November.
And when was Mr. Barnes, the last night that Mr. Barnes stayed at the house?
I have no idea what was the last night.
What was the last night you stayed at the house?
It was like November 10th, somewhere in a little over the first week. I'm not sure of the date either.
Well, she changed the locks November 9th, so it had to be before.
Yeah, it was 2 days after after Dusty left. It was 2 days that Miss Howell came over there and changed the locks.
And you left in November?
Yes.
Had you paid November's rent?
Yes.
Who paid it?
My name is on the receipts.
Who paid it?
He did.
How much was it?
$575.
Mr. Barnes, who gave Miss Howell the rent?
Miss Howell is at the office when we go to pay the rent. We both went in there and we paid the rent. I got receipts.
And it was accepted?
Yes.
Why did you change the locks?
Because I got text messages to show you that Dusty had moved out and that Harold had changed the locks on the house and that she had turned off the...
Okay, just a second. So you show me where she said that Harold had changed the locks on the house. Did you change the locks on the house?
No, ma'am, I did not.
So show me. Did you tell her that Harold had changed the locks on the house?
No.
I'd like to see that.
Ma'am, the only locks that I put locks on the shed. I put a door on there and I put a padlock and a locked a door handle one that had a key to it also. But I didn't change no locks on the residence whatsoever.
What locks were you talking about? You say you went to get the things that he has changed the locks. Did that have to do with the locks on the residence?
The house, the door lock from the house were put onto the shed, and then they haven't got new locks for the house.
What kind of lock? You mean
like a regular door, the front door lock?
The question is, were you able to get into the house to get your things?
Yes, I was.
So what did you say to her, that you went back to the house to get your things, but he went and changed the locks? What does that mean?
He had changed the locks. When my daughter and I went to get my things, he had changed the locks. That's what he said at the time.
Just a minute. Did you go there, or did he tell you he changed the locks?
And he told me that he changed the locks.
Did you go there?
Yes.
Were the locks changed?
Yes.
So you couldn't get in?
As far as I knew.
It doesn't really make any difference. You knew he was there. You had accepted his rent. You had no right to evict him. That's what he's suing for, an illegal eviction.
Okay.
Well, you know that you have no right to. Is this your only rental property?
No.
Sure, you can tell me what happened.
What happened, can I tell you? Okay, so I had given him an application. I thought March, I've got a note from her saying this is her fiance and he would like to be on the rental agreement. So I gave him an application and they never turned it back in.
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
you knew he was a tenant. You accepted his rent.
Right.
You knew he was a tenant. You accepted his rent. You have to give him notice.
She gave me 30 days notice that she was moving out. She did.
Oh, just a second.
Okay.
On what date?
November 4th. I've got a 30-day notice.
From her?
From her.
Did you find out about him?
Yes.
What did you do to find out about him?
I've got notice that he would move out on Monday of November. He gave me notice he was moving out as well. She had...
Just a second. Show me where he said, I'm moving out. What?
Ma'am, she had already moved the property, all my property from the residence prior to me even saying nothing like that.
Just a second. On what date did she remove your property from the residence?
She removed the property on, well, you're saying it was on the 11th, 2 days prior to all that. When Dusty gave notice, that's the day I was still in the house, and I texted her and told her I wanted to be there and I wanted to keep paying the rent. I've been paying the rent also.
Well, you had paid rent for November.
Yes, and then she came 2 days later and changed the locks and removed all my property. Every stick of property in the house was gone. She gave it to one of her tenants. She took my couch, my love seat, and everything I owned and gave it to a tenant.
No.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I've got a picture here of Dusty moving her things out.
Dusty can move, listen to me. Dusty can move her things out. You have no right to move his things out. You have to go to housing court if you want to evict him and evict him. He had been a tenant for over a year. You accepted rent for him from the month of November. In the month of November, you changed the locks and put his things. I don't know what you did with them, but you had no right to do that.
I didn't touch his things. Dusty moved all of his things, all of his possessions. She took hers and put all of his in the shed, in the lock shed.
So what you're saying is, listen, I don't know whether she knows what today is. Did you take all of his stuff and put all of his stuff in the shed?
The things were removed from the house, his things, and put in the shed.
By whom?
By Peggy's husband and a maintenance man.
Were you at home when that happened?
I was there when all of this was happening.
Okay. So you were there, he was not.
Right.
And did you tell them to move his things from the house into the shed and secure them?
Yes.
You told them that?
Yes.
And they did it?
Yes.
Are either one of those people here today?
Yes. The gentleman.
You moved his things?
I helped.
Just a second. You moved his things. Who do you work for?
I was with my mom at the day,
So this is
helping
your-
them,
just a
helping
sec-
my mom.
I'm her mom.
Just a second. Who were you working for?
Nobody. I'm not working for anybody. I was helping my mom move her things out and just helping them
Who
clean
was
up.
with you?
It was me and Peggy's husband, and there was
That would be you.
Yes,
Yes. Did you help move his things
Yes, I did.
out of the house into this shed? Well, that's all I want to know. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. Your counterclaim's dismissed. You cannot illegally evict someone who you know has been a tenant for a year because you chose sides in a domestic dispute. Now, you knew, and if you have other rental property, you know that if you have a de facto tenant who's there and has been there for over a year and you've been accepting rent, put your hand down. Okay. And you've been accepting rent from that person, you have to say, you're not on the lease, I'm giving you notice. Then they may or may not leave. But you can't summarily eject somebody who you've accepted rent from, at least for the month of November.
I've got a signed agreement that he agreed to vacate.
Before or after you moved his things? Look at me.
After.
Look, after. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000.
Thank
We're
you,
done.
ma'am. She knows the law. She knows she can't do that. She did it anyway.
She knows the law. I thought as of October 1st when I was at the property, he was not there.
What she said about me moving out prior, no. She took my property and gave it to one of her tenants.
Make sure they sign the lease.
Time to move forward by myself.
Mr. Janet, the defendant was a tenant of yours, and she was a tenant of yours through a Section 8 housing, which means that Section 8 housing paid part of the rent and you paid part of the rent consistent with your income. It is your claim that the defendant left the house in a terrible state and in addition took some furnishings that didn't belong to her. The defendant says that she bought your furniture and that she wants her security deposit back and that whatever things she took from the house, she had purchased, things like faucets and things she replaced. Well, let's deal with that for a moment. I read your answer, Ms. Henderson, and it appeared to me that you did replace some knobs or faucets in the house. That's what you said?
Yes.
Did you put the old ones back when you left?
The old ones were kind of like ruined a little, so I replaced it brand new. I upgraded the furnishings in the sink, and I left the sink there, and I did replace all the blinds with brand new ones.
And you left them there?
Yes, I left them.
Is that correct?
No, Your Honor.
I have the proof right here stating from the guy who did the labor and the repairs, and he just sent the receipt to me.
What I'm asking you is, did you leave it there?
Yes, I left it there.
Did you take pictures of it?
Yes, well, I didn't take pictures of them, but I do have the receipt and the man who did the labor.
Oh, I understand that you may have done it. He says that you didn't leave them.
He says a lot of things that are not true.
Maybe. When you left, did you do a walkthrough of the house?
Did, Your Honor, and that,
Together?
no, she wouldn't make an appointment. I called, I have to check my calendar, and I never heard back.
Okay. You were taking back this property. She was a tenant for how long?
Almost 2 years.
3 years.
And you were taking back the property because you wanted to move back into the country?
Yes, Your Honor.
And we agreed upon the Section 8 doing the checklist, the passing list, and I have the passing list through housing right here.
I'd like to see.
Okay.
When did you move out, Ms. Henderson?
On the 27th of February, and that was the exit report.
Well, this is February of 2015.
Well, I don't have the up-to-date one, but Mr. John Janet has the same copy that I have also, but the exit inspection, he has the same
Do you
one.
have an exit inspection from
City of
Section
Carlsbad.
8 housing?
I have an inventory checklist. After she left, there was an inventory done of the property.
By whom?
Well, the housing gal was there. I have a letter from housing that she took some pictures. She couldn't believe it. She just couldn't believe the
Not
destruction
true.
was so extensive.
Just a second.
Not true.
Do
I
you
have the
have
pictures.
something from housing in February? You vacated in February.
Yes.
On or about February 27th or the beginning of March that indicates the condition of the house.
He wouldn't bring that, Your Honor, because that would be defeating his whole purpose if he bought that list with him.
You should have it.
I know, I thought I bought both
Well,
of them. I
that's-
did. But I wouldn't
Shoulda,
be-
woulda, coulda. That
Right,
comes
but
under the category of shoulda, woulda, coulda.
I wouldn't continue on Section 8 if I destroyed his home. They wouldn't let me continue on there.
Ms. Henderson, I don't know that at all. I just need the document. Okay, do we have the document we were looking for?
I believe we do, Your Honor. There's also a letter from the
I
housing
just want to see
inspector.
the document, please.
Yeah, I'm saying that is part of the documents.
It's not part of the document. The document is that one paper underneath the picture.
And it has the last inspection that was done in there included, Your Honor. Too much.
Second.
A little too much.
This
There's
is
a lot more.
nothing. Okay. This was done in December of 2016.
She put that one off and told housing couldn't do it, come back another time, and was able to stall them.
So everything passed.
Yes, ma'am. And I moved on to my next place.
Now, Mr. Janet, there were no notes on here other than it said unit passed inspection, new kitchen faucet, screen door, and sliding door handle were being installed during the inspection.
Well, if the screen door was installed, Your Honor, it's bent in half laying out on the deck. And the faucet that was installed is laying there, never mounted down. It's a $20 plastic faucet, and the one that was originally there disappeared.
Well, this is from an independent person, the same person
understand.
who inspected
But,
the
Your Honor-
property, and it says the unit does not pass inspection. The smoke detector and carbon monoxide need to be in working condition. Okay, so they make notes if they see something
Right.
that isn't right. The exit inspection, everything passed, and there were no notes on here.
Your Honor, a housing inspection does not include anything in regard to the furnishings, and they do not care if the carpeting is ripped up and holes pulled in it by an animal. They don't write that down, Your Honor. That's the problem. I would have known a long time ago what was happening.
Maybe. Now, let's talk about your furnishings, because that's part of your lawsuit, that she took furnishings that didn't belong to you. What furnishings did she take that didn't belong to her?
Okay.
Everything that was in the place.
The before?
Bird?
Sure. These are pictures of the furnished apartment that she moved into.
Got it. Now, this.
When I moved in, the beds had bed bugs, so we called waste
Not
management.
talking. This is not a bed. This is a table and chair. Where is it?
$1,800. I purchased all the furniture when I moved in. I paid him $1,800.
Just a second. You paid him
Yes.
for all the furniture.
Yes, but
I'd like to see proof that because you took all this furniture. I'd like to see proof that
It was
you
through the
paid
property
him.
management. I paid through the property management. And I also have the pay stubs for my
Just a
checking
second.
account.
Did she ever buy your furniture?
Yes, we did, Your Honor. We
No.
we were going to...
He just said yes.
If you interrupt me again, I'm going to find in his favor. Do you understand
Yes,
me?
ma'am.
Did she buy your furniture?
No, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm used to ma'am from the military. No, Your Honor.
Just a second. You first said yes, and then you said
I
no.
thought you meant, did you buy new furniture?
No, I said, did she buy your furniture?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so is what you're telling me you were renting a furnished apartment to her?
Yes, Your Honor.
How much was the rent on the furnished apartment?
Initially, I think it was like $1,900 for the rent.
Do you know what this is?
I have a copy of the rent portion.
This is a fraud made up by somebody, Your Honor. It's a fraud. Total. It's a joke. She's done that before when she said I bought something.
Just a second. Nobody sold you all this furniture for $1,800.
No, Your Honor.
Don't believe it.
Your Honor, it's the truth because when I moved in, the beds got removed by waste management.
I don't care if you removed the beds. Listen, I'm looking at these pictures.
And it didn't look like that when I moved in, Your Honor. I promise you it didn't. The beds, it didn't look like that. The beds or the couches didn't look nothing like that. And I had a 1 and 2 year old, and I told them that the glass tables couldn't be there because of my kids. So he removed those when I first got in. So the only thing was left there was 4 chairs, like 4 little white chairs, rocking chairs, and that's it. And the beds were removed.
You know, I'm not believing you. I'm not believing you because, don't tell me it's true. I'm not believing you because if first you tell me that you paid $1,850. Hey. First you tell me you paid $1,850 for all the furniture in the apartment, and then you tell me that there were only 4 little chairs there.
It was because the beds were removed because they had bed bugs.
So you didn't want the beds.
Exactly.
Just a minute. So you didn't want the beds. So you want me to believe that you paid on Section 8 housing $1,850
I did.
just to, hey.
I did.
They didn't let me finish the question. I'm going to finish the question.
There. Okay, go ahead.
I don't believe you. I don't believe that you paid $1,850 for 4 little white chairs.
It wasn't just 4 little chairs. Yeah, there was appliances there too, like a toaster and a microwave and things like that.
No, not things like that. What about table and chairs?
No, they were removed. They were removed because they were glass, and I had a 1 and 2 year old. It was dangerous
Just a
for
second.
them.
So is what you're telling me you paid for it and then had it removed?
No, I didn't pay for that. He had it removed by by the property management.
So I want you to tell me what it was that you paid for.
I will.
$1,850.
It was
4 little chairs.
The kitchen was all furnished with all appliances. It had every spoons and Tupperware and bowls and cups and stuff. And I had nothing when I moved in there. So and it had 4 chairs and it had some comforters and some sheets and things that I do believe that came up to about $1,800. I had my income tax and I did pay him that much for that. Around the time that I moved in, I did just get my income tax money and I paid him for that. I don't believe you. It's the truth.
So we have carpets.
I have other pictures that are better.
You have stickers on the doors.
Those are a lot clearer.
What is this a picture of?
I don't know, Your Honor. There were so many things that were jerked around and reworked that I didn't even know the place when we finally walked in. I just stood there.
I've never met Mr.
Couldn't
Johnson
believe
until
it.
today. I've never seen him. He never been on a property where I was there, and he didn't know what was in there when I moved in. This is the first time I've ever saw him.
That's a lie,
Ever
Your
met
Honor.
him. I went through a management company, so maybe he don't know what was in there left or not, but it wasn't him that I went through. I never dealt with him.
I would like to speak to the inspector who did the inspection of this property. And we're going to recall this case while I try to have one of my clerks back there get me a number for this inspector. And if you have the number, that would make...
So mine's and theirs is totally probably different, but I don't know what happened. But I know when they came in to see me that it worked.
Those pictures are when you moved out. I walked in there and fell over.
I just want to speak to the inspector who did the inspection. Where's the number? I don't see the
I have a number for you right here. 760.
Miss Henderson, Mr. Janet, the people who did the inspection from the government decided it would not be a good idea to speak to anyone about anything at any time, anywhere at all. They don't think it's a good idea to get involved. As a result of that, let me tell you what I did. I looked at the before pictures of the kitchen, the way it was when you moved in. And then I looked at the pictures of the kitchen when you moved out. Compared the kitchen and compared the inside of the stove.
I have professional cleaners coming
Just a second. Compared the outside of the stove. This didn't happen in a couple of weeks. That happened in the years you were living there, which means this place may have passed inspection because the smoke alarms worked and the carbon monoxide worked. Maybe whoever inspected said, this is just dirt and it doesn't make it uninhabitable, it just makes it disgusting. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
No, I don't. Because they wouldn't have passed me with a stove like that. I mean, that's on a checklist.
Well, that's the stove. I compared it to the stove that was in this
picture. I don't know where he got
picture.
these pictures from, but the pictures you're showing from before, that's my pictures. So I don't know where he's getting these after pictures from. That's not true.
Absolutely. I compared the two.
Right, and the one you got before pictures, that's how I left it.
Minus the counters.
This
is how you left it.
That's how I left it. And minus the counters being chopped up, I did do that. I did chop up the counters, but other than all the other stuff he's showing, I don't know where he got those pictures from.
Great.
So I don't believe that to be true.
Well, let me ask. I don't care what you believe.
I believe that I did destroy.
Why did you chop up the kitchen counter?
I didn't know any better, and I do take responsibility of that. I do. And the carpet may be dirty, and he needs to replace and clean it, but that's it. But other than that, those pictures came from when I left.
Very good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. Your counterclaims dismissed. We're done.
Nobody should have to endure the kind of trashing that that place took.
They wouldn't have cleared me and let me move on to the next place.
The destruction was immense.
He really wants as a monster. He's a very slumlord, so I'm okay with the verdict.
I'm out of it. I'm out of it. We've got each other. That's all I want.
Miss Smith, how old are you?
19 years old.
And how old are you, Mr. Ramon?
21.
How long had you and Miss Smith been dating?
Since about February of last year.
It appears, Miss Smith, from what you say, that you were staying over at the defendant's house, and that was January of this year. Had you done that often?
Staying at his house? Yes, ma'am.
With your mother's permission?
Yes.
What time had you arrived at his house on the 28th?
I'd say probably around 2 or 3 in the morning.
You got there at 2 or 3 in the morning?
Yes, I was out of town with some friends that night, and when I got back in town, I went over to his house and saw him.
Where had you been?
Winona.
What were you doing there?
Seeing friends, hanging out.
Why didn't you go home?
I just didn't want to. And he invited me over, and I said okay.
Well, you live at home with your mother. I'm just trying to put this all together. And you were out with some friends, getting home at 2 o'clock in the morning. Could I ask you a question? 19 years old, lives under your roof, so you control the air, you control the, what goes on in your house. Had your daughter told you she was going to be away for a couple of days?
It's not unusual for her to go to Winona. I have a 24-year-old that lives in Winona. So when she goes out there, sometimes she will stay the whole weekend.
Okay, so when did she leave?
I would imagine she left that
I left that Friday.
Okay. Did she tell you she was going to Winona for the weekend? Is my question.
Yes, ma'am.
How did she get there?
Driving.
Whose car?
Mine.
So you loaned her your car to go there?
Yes, ma'am.
We're gonna figure it all out. Okay. So your daughter lied to you and told you she was going to Winona for the weekend. She went there for the evening, and then she went to her boyfriend's house at 2 o'clock in the morning on Saturday.
Well, can I say something quick?
No, I'm not talking to you. Just so that we get this clear. Because, I've had teenagers too. She didn't tell you she was going to Winona for the early evening, and then she was going to spend the rest of the weekend with Mr. Raynone.
Absolutely not.
Thank you. Now, so you got to Mr. Raynone's house at about 2 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, ma'am.
And then what happened?
We started fighting
What were you fighting about, Miss Smith?
Well, he didn't really agree with me going to town anyway. Anytime I hang out with my friends, it's a problem. And so we were fighting.
Well, but he had invited you over, or you would plan to go over, or you woke him up?
No, he invited me over. He was awake the whole time.
So far, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, and you started to argue because had you been drinking?
No, I was driving.
So that you were just arguing about hanging out with these people. Did you have a brother or a sister in Winona?
A brother.
So you were supposed to be staying with him?
Well, I tried contacting him after I finished.
You told your mother you were staying with him?
Yes, ma'am.
So that would be on the 27th of January, right?
Yes.
Did you see your brother at all on the 27th of January?
No,
so the answer is no. You didn't see him at all?
No.
So who were you seeing?
I was with 4 of my friends.
Where did you go?
We went to another friend of mine. So I used to live there, and I moved from there to where I live now. And so we were just hanging out with my friends, and after I hung out with them, I texted my brother and let him know that I was in town and that I wanted to see him, and he didn't contact me back.
What time was that?
Around 10 or 11.
Does he work?
Yes. I mean, he's awake. I know him, and I called his phone, but he didn't answer.
So he was awake? You called his phone, he didn't answer, you texted him and he didn't answer. Okay, now, so then you're over to the boyfriend's house. So the plan wasn't that you were supposed to go to the boyfriend's house. The plan was you were supposed to go, and according to you, I'm just figuring out who my customers are. I don't think you're a bad young lady, I just think that you're a fibber. So I have to figure out what you were fibbing about and what you're not fibbing about. So you weren't supposed to. The plan wasn't that you were coming back to see your boyfriend. The plan was, according to you, that you were going to, after you finished hanging out with your friends, text your brother and get in touch with him and go and sleep there.
Correct.
But he didn't answer the phone.
Correct.
Right. You have your phone with you?
Correct.
I'd like to see the text to your brother.
I have my new phone. The phone that I texted him off was the one that Joshua broke.
So then you get to Joshua's house, and you were a late guest, so you didn't get to contact him until after 10, 11 o'clock at night because you didn't know that you couldn't stay at your brother's house, according to you, which I don't believe, until 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And you go to his house and you start to argue because he didn't like you hanging around in the college town. Okay, now what?
He ended up falling asleep. I don't know what he was doing prior to me getting there.
Okay, you don't know. So he ended up going to sleep.
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you do?
I fell asleep on his floor that night, and we woke up and we continued.
Okay. What time did you fall asleep?
I wouldn't know. Maybe around 4 in the morning.
4. And what time did you wake up in the morning?
Maybe 10 or 11.
And?
And then we continued to argue about whatever we were talking about the night before. And I wanted to leave, and I told him to take me home. And I didn't drive.
Just a second. Why did you tell him to take you home?
I didn't drive to his house.
What? What?
I did not drive to his house.
How did you get to his house?
He came and picked me up from my house. I got home from Winona.
And you got home from Winona at what time?
In the early morning. I really...
Well, that's what we're here for. You got home from Winona at what time?
Maybe 2 o'clock in the morning.
And you put your mother's car in the driveway, in the garage?
Yes, ma'am.
And called the defendant to come and get you.
Well, we were already in contact about where I was and when I was coming home, so he knew that I was...
Don't tell me what he knew.
Okay.
The plan then was he was going to... Did you go into your house?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you see your mother?
No, ma'am. She was sleeping.
So as far as your mother knows, you're going to be away for the weekend at your brother's house in Winona. She gets up in the morning and she finds your car, the car that she had loaned to you the night before, but she finds no you. Mm-hmm. Did you leave her a note?
No. But my friend Maria was staying at my house with me. And so I just dropped her off and then I kept going.
Oh, it gets more complicated. So you had a friend with you that you left to deliver the message to your mother that you were going to your boyfriend's house.
Well, she was currently living with me as a roommate.
I don't care. You don't leave your mother a note.
No.
Call the boyfriend. Boyfriend came to see you. Why didn't you just drive to his house?
Because I'm not supposed to be in contact with him. My mom does not like us.
Just a second. Is there any reason for that?
No, ma'am. My mother just doesn't like me communicating with Josh. And so
there must be a reason. She must not like him for a reason.
Yes.
What's the reason?
Just prior relationship problems that we've had, issues that we've had in our relationship.
Well, what were you going to tell your mother when you came home?
I'm not sure.
Now, you're up at 11 o'clock in the morning and you're at Josh's house. You continued to fight. You told him to take you home and he wouldn't let you leave the house.
Correct.
He blocked the door.
Correct.
But you finally got out of the house.
Yes.
And tell me about what happened when you finally got out of the house.
He took my shoes from me, one of my boots. And
he took one boot?
Yes. I got out of the apartment building and we keep our shoes in the hallway. And so I started to put my shoes on and he's like, no, you're not going anywhere. And I had one shoe on and he took the other one from me. And so I'm like, okay, fine, you can have them both. I'm just going to walk home then if you're not going to drive me. And so I gave him my other boot and I started to walk home in the snow after that with just my socks on. So I walked down the driveway and maybe about 4 or 5 houses down the sidewalk. And that's when he drove up beside me with my boots in his car.
Why didn't you call somebody?
I don't know. I don't remember.
What do you mean you don't know? You're 19 years old. You have your phone with you.
Mm-hmm.
You pick up the phone and you call your mother and you say, please come and get me. Or you call a cab or you call an Uber or you go to a neighbor and say, I need to get home or something.
Correct. I just wanted to get out of there at that point.
Okay. So now you got out and he comes up in his car and
he tells me, I'm really sorry about everything that I did. And I said, just please get in the car, put your shoes on, I'll take you home. I got in the car, I put my shoes on, and instead of driving me home like he said he was going to do, he turned the car around and started taking me back to his apartment building. And we got into about the driveway of his apartment building, and I proceeded to jump out of the car to get away from him. And I started walking back home down the sidewalk as I was doing.
And now you had your boots on?
Yes, I had my boots on at this time.
So you start to walk home and
I realized that I didn't have my phone on me because I wanted to call my mom for a ride. And so I walked back to his apartment building and he left his car door unlocked. And so I was looking in the car for my phone under the passenger seat and I didn't see it. And so at that time, Josh came out of his apartment building and started yelling at me and telling me, get out of my car, what are you doing? Your phone's not in there, and, being belligerent. And I let him know I'm not trying to have any problems. I just want to get my phone and get out of here and go home. I just, I don't want to be here. And he didn't come out of the front door of the apartment building. He came from around the back. And so I chased him, and he had my phone in his hand.
And?
And it was broken. And I have pictures of it if you'd like to.
Okay. Listen to me really carefully.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I have much more important things to do, I hope, today. Where did she leave her phone?
In the driveway when she had hopped out of the vehicle.
And you picked it up?
No, I did not have it in my hand at all.
So you left it in the driveway?
When she had jumped out of the vehicle, that's when it had came out with her, and I know nothing further than that. I went inside to go in to look for my phone.
Not a chance. Not a chance. Did you, after you went and darted off after your girlfriend, after you let her come to your house at 2 o'clock in the morning, after you fought with her over the fact that she was hanging out with friends that you didn't like, all of which I believe, by the way, there is no way that you left the phone in the driveway and went inside to the house. Is that what you want me to believe?
I didn't know that she even lost it.
You just said it fell out?
Until she had came back, asking for her phone, crying. I didn't know that she had a phone missing. When she had...
Oh, I thought you said it fell out when she got out of the car.
No, that's what I'm saying. It must have, because she had found it broken. I did not have it in my hand when she had seen me with it. That's a lie. She had found it on the ground broken, and on the ground is where she had jumped out of the vehicle originally, which the phone must have came out with her when she had jumped out of the car.
Now you have a police report.
Yes.
I'd like to read it. Were you there? Do you know about this?
I picked her up. She finally got to a neighbor's house.
Just a second.
That police report isn't much. It just says...
Don't tell me what it says.
Okay.
The police arrived. They had discussion with both of you. Is that right?
Yep.
What was it that you claimed that she broke or stole of yours?
She had stolen my cell phone, and the police did not make a report because she's the one who called the cops on me.
During the time that she was at your house,
Correct.
Did you go through her phone log?
No.
Did she go through your phone log?
Yes.
Tell me when that happened.
When I was asleep.
When you were asleep?
I woke up and my phone wasn't where I had left it, and she was starting fighting with me because she was on it.
What did she say to you?
Nothing. We were just arguing.
About what?
About the night before and everything.
Oh, okay. So you told the police you took your phone because it wasn't where you had left it the night before.
No, I had it in the morning. I had the phone in the morning.
Listen to me carefully.
Yes.
Where did you find it the next morning?
It was next to me, but it wasn't like where I had placed it before I had fell asleep, which means that somebody was on it.
Good problem. You have to pay for her phone. You have a bill for the phone?
I don't have a bill for my phone, but I have messages regarding when I bought my new phone and how much that cost.
I don't care what your new phone cost. I want to know when you bought this phone, what kind of phone it was.
This is how much it'll be for a replacement.
I don't want to see what a replacement is.
The one that he broke costed $350.
What kind of phone was it?
It was an iPhone 6S.
When did you purchase it?
I only had it for maybe about 3 or 4 months before it got damaged.
So it's a 6S, and you believe you paid somewhere around $350 for it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Anything else you want to tell me?
I have hospital records of me being seen after having to jump out of his car.
I'll take a look at them.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
What?
Can I give you a little history?
No, I don't want to hear any history. I've heard enough history. He's going to pay for her phone.
Okay.
And I also have something else.
Oh, I don't care. When you act stupid, stupid things happen.
Miss Judy, he doesn't...
This doesn't tell what they found with you.
I was trying to let you know.
What?
That is just the papers that I got when I left the emergency room saying...
Did they give you any medication?
No, he didn't.
Did they give you a splint, a Band-Aid, and anything?
He gave me ice packs.
He gave you an ice pack?
Yes, and then I was excused for work from...
Oh, very good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $350. We're done. Miss Morton, this young man is your son.
Yes, ma'am.
And he was living with you at the time of this automobile accident.
Yes, he was.
When had he begun to live with you?
April of that previous year.
And on what date was the accident, Mr.
January
Whitmore?
7th.
January 7th.
Where were you going?
Not 5 minutes away to the store.
What time of day?
I believe it was somewhere in the early morning hours, probably somewhere around 11 o'clock.
What kind of car did your son have an accident with?
2014 Nissan Versa.
And when had you purchased it?
I purchased it in December of the year before.
Did you pay cash or did you have it on time?
No, ma'am, I paid cash.
With what company was it insured?
American Family.
I'd like to see proof of insurance on the date of the accident.
She didn't have insurance on the car. I got a ticket for no insurance.
This doesn't tell me. I never saw a certificate of insurance that says that it's effective January 11th, 2016 to termination.
Oh, and here's the other one till January 11, 2017.
I need a statement from the insurance company that your car was insured on January 7th of 2017.
I don't know.
We're going to wait until we get it. Do you understand? If I'm going to wait for nothing, let me know now. If the car wasn't insured on that date, let me know now.
No, ma'am, the car was insured.
Then we'll come back when we have a statement that the car was insured by the company. You got a ticket for lack of insurance?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it. Failure to maintain a lane, which is
Pretty much causing an accident.
you caused an accident.
That's what they're saying, yes.
And you had no driver's license. So
Correct.
you shouldn't have been driving a car.
That's what they say, allegedly.
What do you mean that's what they say?
That's what they said.
That's what they say.
I had a license, but I just didn't have a physical copy of the license on me.
Your Honor, he went to jail under an alias.
Just a second. I don't know that. If you have proof of that, that's fine. I'll look at it. It says no license on person.
Correct.
Did you produce a license?
No.
Okay, so you didn't have a license. Okay, then you shouldn't have been driving a car.
Okay.
This said expired registration.
I have my registration right here from the state of Missouri.
Well, he was given a ticket for expired registration and removing tags with intent. Now, if you remove tags, that means you shift license plates from one car to another.
I have my tag number that matches on my registration that matches the vehicle.
Listen, I don't know why he got tickets for this. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand what I'm saying to you? He could not produce a valid registration for your car.
Correct.
He could not produce proof of insurance when they checked because he asked for license and registration. And the tags didn't match. Whatever vehicle, when they checked the tags, it didn't match the vehicle that he was driving.
But my registration with the tag number matches with the VIN number and the vehicle.
Madam.
Because we were in the state of Georgia. The state of Georgia, when they ran my license, it didn't come up in Georgia's system. Missouri tags, the car that's registered in Missouri would not come up in a Georgia system.
Just a second. Why was the car registered in Missouri?
Because that's where I lived at the time. I was moving from Missouri to Georgia. I just moved to Georgia.
He was living with you starting in April. Where were you living with her in April? In Missouri or Georgia?
Georgia.
In Georgia. This accident happened in January.
Correct. I just moved to Georgia in December.
He's been living with you since April.
December 2016.
No.
15.
Listen, we're not going to play with each other.
No.
Your son was living with you in April in Georgia. This accident happened in January of the following year.
This year.
April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. 10 months later.
Yes.
Why isn't your car registered and insured in the state of Georgia?
I didn't get it registered in the state of Georgia, and I wasn't going to get it registered in Georgia until my tags expired.
We're going to come back, and you're going to present to me the tags, proof that your car was insured on January 7th of 2017, a letter from your company, because I assume this is the same company that insures you now.
American Family.
Fine. All we need is a statement from them that this car, which was a 2014 Nissan, was insured by them. Because if he was in a collision and it was insured by them, you have a 2014 car, then you had insurance.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, I do.
Did
the insurance fix the car?
He was not on my insurance, no, ma'am. He was an uninsured driver. I didn't put him on my insurance because I had no intentions of him driving my car.
We're going to be back. Go get me what I asked you for. So, Ms. Morton, I'm advised by my clerk that you, in fact, did not have insurance at the time of this accident on the 7th of January of 2017. Is that correct?
That is correct, ma'am. I was just informed that the policy...
Ms. Morton, I don't believe you. I knew you didn't have insurance. I'm like Karnak. I knew you didn't have insurance because if you had insurance, if you even thought you had insurance, when you had the accident, you would have called your insurance company and would have said to your insurance company, my son just had an accident. Am I covered for any of it? Because that's what people do. And if you called your insurance company, they would have said, I'm sorry, your insurance lapsed, and you would have known that in January, not months later. So let's get over it. You didn't have insurance on the car. I don't even have to get to the point where, were the plates the right plates from Missouri? Was it registered? I don't even have to get there. I know that you had no insurance, and I know that your son didn't take the car without your permission.
He did take the car.
Let me explain myself clearly to you. You lie to me once, you get no further chances. The only thing is, you're culpable for letting him drive a car that was uninsured. And there's no question in my mind that he had the car, he had driven the car before, he drove the car, it was in the afternoon. There was no question that you knew he took the car, he was probably going for food for you or for his son who lives with you. Who knows? I don't care. You lied to me once, you don't get another chance. Your problem, Mr. Whitmore, is you were at fault in the accident.
Well, I wasn't at fault.
Wait, just a second. Where's the piece of paper you just gave me?
Right here.
Where's the piece of paper? And you want me to play back the tape? You know, we do tape these things.
Yeah, I don't need you to play it back.
Just a second, Will.
Don't
raise the octave on your voice with me, sir. Failing to maintain a lane. Accident. Guilty. That's what you pled. Guilty.
Sure did. I did plead guilty.
Listen to me. Don't be a wise guy with me.
I'm not. I'm just stating the fact.
That means that you caused the accident.
Wasn't my fault.
Your Honor.
Who wants to sit in jail for 7 days over a ticket that you want to get out of jail? Yeah, plead guilty. Whatever you want. Bye. I'm gone.
Before he was even...
Just a second. Don't speak. I'm telling you, I don't listen to people who swear to tell the truth and then lie. Do you understand?
I didn't lie, but okay, I understand.
Yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. What do you think? I'm just a good guesser? I've been doing this for 35 years. The car was damaged.
Correct.
In your possession.
Correct.
After you pled guilty to changing lanes, and was the car totaled?
No.
Where are you living now? Be careful what you say to me.
Pillow the post, couch surfing.
What?
Couch surfing.
Couch surfing.
Yeah.
And your mother has custody of a child of yours. Yes, no?
No. Physical custody, yes.
Just a second. What kind of stupid answer is that?
It's an answer because she has physical custody of him. Legal in court wise, no, that's my son. I have custody of him.
Not if you're couch hopping.
Well, of course, it's beneficial for him to stay with somewhere like that.
You probably deserve each other. How long has your mother had custody of your son?
Physical custody or custody?
Sir, you don't have legal custody of your son.
How come I don't?
How come? Because you don't have the piece of paper that says so.
Neither does she.
She doesn't have to. She has physical custody.
Exactly.
Possession is 9/10 of the law, so you don't have custody either. Just to answer my question, how long has your mother had custody of There's only one star here, and that's me.
Okay.
How long has your mother had custody of your son?
Since he was 2.
And how old is he now?
10.
Now, since you're couch hopping or sleeping or whatever you're doing, that suggests to me that you don't pay rent anywhere in a stable place. Is that correct?
Correct.
Do you own a vehicle?
No.
Do you have a job?
Correct, yes.
What kind of job do you have?
Chef, sous chef.
Where?
In Atlanta, Georgia.
Name of
Morton's.
So you're a sous chef at Morton's in Atlanta. On which street? Because there are several.
Downtown. I think it's Peach Street.
How long have you been the sous chef at Morton's downtown?
About 6 months.
Well, Morton's is a large company, so they pay by check.
Correct.
How is his son supported?
I support him.
No. Do you get any assistance for him?
I get grandparent benefits.
You get grandparent benefits because you have him through a foster grandparent program?
I have him through the state of Missouri, yes.
Right. So the state sends money for him. Is that correct?
They send me, no, not cash. I don't get cash. I get food stamps.
For him?
Yes, ma'am. Plus I work.
That's fine. But you don't get any money from him?
No, ma'am.
Right. Well, now we're going to get you some money from the state of where are you living now?
Georgia.
Georgia. Now, he is a sous chef in Atlanta at Morton's. Pay attention, who's ever listening. All they have to do is garnish his check, and then you'll get some money from him. You have a repair bill for the car?
Yes, ma'am.
You know you're partially responsible for that. You understand that you let him drive an uninsured vehicle. You let him drive an uninsured vehicle, and he is responsible, but so are you. I'm not going to hear anymore. I'm just going to take a look at the car and take a look at the bill. How much is your check every 2 weeks from Morton's, Mr. Whitmore? It's not an answer.
About $650, $700.
And you have no rent, so that's fine. Where is the bill to repair it?
You have it. That's it right there. That's
$312?
No, it's at the bottom. $3,012.
Was it fixed?
No, ma'am. It's in the shop. I dropped it off at the shop.
Okay. Looks like $3,000 worth of damage. Judging for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500. We're done. Thank you.
He asked for permission to use the car, and I told him no.
I'm really just happy it's all over with.
He took the car while I was asleep.
It caused a big rift between me and my mom, so
I usually sleep with him under the pillow, but I didn't.
I'm just happy it's all said and done.
He has many of them. I don't know which one this one was.
I use an alias, yeah.
So when we looked him up, and I said, well, there he is right there. She was like, oh, no, that's not him. That's such and such.
Who wants to go to jail?
No, ma'am, that's my son.
Just pretty much do the right thing.
You can't keep skating by. You have to assume responsibility for what you did.
What's your last name?
Derek Hanley.
That's your mother?
Yes.
And who is the gentleman with her?
Stepfather.
Okay. Are you part of this action?
Yes.
Great. And this is your girlfriend?
Right.
You have a child together?
Yes.
Who's 5 years old?
Yes.
What were you doing living with your mother and your stepfather?
Well, what happened was they had
Just listen to me.
Oh, okay. Sure.
No. You're going to tell him. There's only one attitude here. That's mine. You're going to tell me why you and your girlfriend with a 5-year-old child were living with your mother and stepfather when you went to live there, month and year. You're going to tell me that.
Okay. It was probably about 10 years ago, I would say.
10 years ago.
No, this recently.
Try not to speak to each other. You've been living with your mother and your stepfather for 10 years.
No, it started off 10 years ago.
What started off?
Where I was living with them at a duplex house.
How long have you two been together? How long have you been living with your mother and your stepfather in the current residence before you got evicted?
We didn't get evicted, but...
6 months. Just a shh. Did you just say to me we didn't get evicted?
Right.
Okay, good. So we didn't get evicted. You left on your own?
No.
How did you leave?
There was a false restraining order on us.
So you left because your mother and your stepfather got a restraining order against you?
A false restraining order, yes.
Okay. Now, when you were living with them, how much rent were you paying?
We started off probably...
No, not started.
Okay.
At the time that they got this restraining order and you were tossed out of the house, how long had you been living with them in the current residence?
Probably only 4 months.
Did you move there from the duplex?
Nope, from another place where we had our own.
So you had your own place?
A couple times.
So after the duplex, you were on your own for a while?
Right.
You, your girlfriend, and your daughter?
Right.
And then 4 months ago, you moved in with your mother and your stepfather?
Right.
Now we're going to go back to the original question, why? It had to be for your economics.
Right.
Okay, because you needed a place to stay and you couldn't afford it.
No.
Well, otherwise, people usually don't go home to their mothers and stepfathers
Right.
if they can afford their own place. You know, it's like the migratory pattern of Jews. They go from New York to Florida. They never go back. Do you understand?
Yes, absolutely.
Good. So you don't go home to live. Is there something wrong with you? You don't go home to live with your mom unless you have to because of economics. So you were living on your own, the two of you, with your daughter, where?
In another town, a couple towns over. But
In
it
an
was
apartment?
Just no, it was just a small bedroom.
So you were renting a room?
Right.
Were you working?
Yes.
Was your girlfriend working?
Yes.
So why did you move with your mother and stepfather?
Well, she has a third floor that's completely redone. It's at 15-foot ceilings. There's a bathroom. My daughter has her own bedroom. It's really nice. It was empty. It's been empty for the whole time we weren't there. She said, come back there. You know,
She said come back?
Yes.
Because it was much nicer than where you were living.
It was much nicer, right, yeah.
Okay, so she was nice to you. She said come back.
Right.
Move in with us.
Right.
Okay. And you did. So you were renting a room. So you took whatever you were living in the room.
Right.
And you moved into the third floor in your mom's house.
Right.
And I'm waiting.
And what had happened was we had lived there before and it didn't work out.
Just a second. But you went back to try it again because you needed it, because you were living in one room with your daughter.
You could say that, right, yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Not I could say that. That's what you're going to say. It didn't work out before living with your mother and stepfather, so you moved out.
Right.
But things got a little cramped. You were trying to move back, and your daughter is 5. She was going to a school.
Right.
And it was a better school where your mom lives. That's what you said in your
Yeah,
papers.
sure.
Right? That's what you...
Right.
I remember reading about it.
Okay.
So now you moved in, and 4 months later, she had to get a restraining order against you, or at least asked for one, because she wanted to evict you, but it was going to take too long, so she got a restraining order against you instead. Okay? Tell me what happened.
What had happened was I had just got home from work a week prior. We had called the cops on them, actually.
So you called the police on your mother and stepfather.
Right.
Now, you're living in the house, not paying any rent.
No, I was paying rent.
How much?
I was paying $100 a week.
And you were up to date on your rent?
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you what you wrote in your complaint. She also wanted us to save our money so we could find a place near them. She told us to pay $100 per month and we could stay for 1 year. We agreed and moved in. She took our door off the hinges because she tried to collect $100 weekly instead of monthly. You just told me that the rent was $100 a week.
That's what yeah.
But not in your complaint. In your complaint, you said it was $100 a month.
There was supposed to be no rent. She told me that we could save money completely when we were going to move there.
Would you show him this, please, Officer Bird? That's your signature.
Okay.
That's the girlfriend's signature.
Sure.
That's what it says.
Okay.
Yes.
So you came home from work and she told you she wanted the $100 a week instead of maybe $100 a month that you were giving them. And what happened?
Well, the week before, I said we had called the cops.
On them.
On them, right.
Because?
Because she was just coming up there harassing us.
Harassing you for what?
She just was...
Did she ask you for money?
No, she was just harassing us to do errands and stuff. As well as money, yes. As well as money, just a bunch of stuff. We just didn't want to be bothered. She was coming right up there, you know. She left us notes as well. We have them here while we were staying there. Just crazy notes. It's just absolutely crazy, Your Honor. I know.
You're not stuck there like glue.
Right, exactly.
No, you weren't paying the rent.
We were only there 4 months.
You weren't paying the rent you were supposed to pay. According to you, you were supposed to, according to what you just told me now twice, because I asked you twice.
Okay.
You were supposed to pay $100 a week, and here you said $100 a month. She came upstairs, she was harassing you. One of the things she was harassing you about was rent and money. Okay, so you called the police on your mother.
Right.
And then?
And then they came and said, you have to go through the eviction order if you want them out.
And then?
They said, leave us alone. Then I went to work the next week, 5 o'clock at night. I came home. We're upstairs, minding our own business. A knock on the door. I was like, what's going on? So I went down. It was a marshal saying she had to leave right this instant. 2 days later, I get served saying that I hit her. I never touched her.
Good.
Ever.
Now, where are you living?
We're living at a studio place.
Nice. Away from your mother.
Away from her, exactly.
Away from you. Very good. If you don't like living with your mother, move out. How old are you?
Exactly.
How old are you?
37.
37. Time to be on your own.
Right.
With your girlfriend.
Absolutely.
It takes you a long time to make up your mind. What stuff do you claim your mother kept from you? Because the marshal came, the marshal allowed you to take stuff with you, and you were only coming from a room. Do you remember you told me that? So now I'd like you to tell me what stuff that your mother disposed of or kept from you.
It was a room with an attic where I had a lot of stuff. But I have pictures here.
When the marshal told your girlfriend to leave, did she leave?
Yeah, she had no choice.
Did she take your daughter with her?
Yes.
Where did she go?
We had to go to a hotel.
And did you, after that date, do you remember what that date was?
I believe it was around,
5/16.
5/16.
After May 16th, pay careful attention, did you ever go back to your mother's house to get any of your property?
I went back once.
On what date?
Probably a week later.
23rd.
23rd.
And who did you go back with?
By myself, I called the police and they gave me
an escort.
An escort, yes.
An escort. So you went back by yourself in your car?
Yes.
And you took property from there?
What I could take in a little car, yeah.
We're talking about on the 23rd, Mr. Handley. You were there with a police escort. Did anybody prevent you with the police escort, because I call the police and find out. Did either your mother or your stepfather prevent you from taking anything else that belonged to you on the 23rd?
No, they didn't prevent me, but I noticed some stuff was missing.
The case is dismissed. We're done. Ms. Sharp, it is your claim that Ms. Lopez actually scammed you out of money. She claimed to be an attorney. You turned over a trust to her that you wanted redone. You found out she was not an attorney, and you want your money back. In addition, she has papers that you claim belong to you, and those papers are the previous trust that you had that you wanted her to modify. First, do you have those papers?
No, ma'am.
Where are they?
They are in her possession. She refused to sign a certified letter. Can I have the certified letter stating?
Well, if she didn't sign for it, then they wouldn't have given it to her. If she refused to sign it, then you have to find out where they are.
I did contact the mail carrier, and they said that she kept possession of the letter, and it was a binder, and she just refused to sign the
document.
The document. She wrote refused.
Okay. How did you find her?
Yes, I met Miss Lopez through a closed Facebook group that is set up for residents of Chino and Chino Hills.
You met her online.
On I met her online
on
in a Facebook group.
You met her online on Facebook.
But anyway,
did she tell you what she did for a living?
I asked her what she did. She told me she did labor and HR matters, and then she also said, "Well, I also do wills and trusts."
And you said?
I said, "Oh, I'm actually looking to redo my living trust." And I asked her, was she an attorney or a paralegal? She told me she was an attorney. And I asked her how much it was going to be, but she said that she needed to...
And this was all done?
In a message.
In a message?
Yeah, on Facebook.
I'd like to see that.
Yes.
I specifically want to see the part where she says, "I'm an attorney."
Okay.
Well, you clearly stated to her in this exchange that you were an attorney. You want to show me something that's different from this?
Absolutely.
I'd like to see it. Just show her this, please. Now, you clearly told her you were an attorney. This ad also says attorney at law, Lucy Lopez. That's you. It's the same person. Are you, in fact, a licensed attorney?
I'm not a licensed attorney, and that email that I provided shows a thread that the founder of that Facebook group created. That advertising.
I don't care. You were having a conversation with her as a prospective client. She asked you, "Are you an attorney or a paralegal?" And your response to her was, "I am an attorney."
Ma'am, I also stated that Fred was the attorney, and I gave her the contact information right below.
Oh. She said, "I need a civil attorney." You told her you were an attorney. That is not true. I thought maybe you just made a mistake, but you're a hustler.
I am not.
Oh, yes, you are, because you just said to me, I referred her to an attorney. And what she said in the line immediately preceding that is, "I have a civil case and I need a civil attorney," because she asked you what you did and you told her, "Can you refer me to one? And I will certainly keep you in mind for my wills and trusts." And for the civil attorney, she referred you to a Fred.
There was a conversation prior to that.
Show me.
It was a phone
Whatever money you
conversation.
took from her, you took under fraudulent pretenses that you're an attorney. You owe her. How much money did you send her?
$200 as a deposit. However, what I'm suing for...
I don't care what you're suing for. I want to know how much you sent her.
$200.
Judgment for the plaintiff. We're done. Thank you. Each of you claim that the other is responsible for an automobile accident that occurred in April of this year. Is that correct?
Yes.
Were you driving your own car?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you driving your own car?
Yes, ma'am.
Was your car insured?
Yes.
Was your car insured?
No, ma'am.
That's why we're here.
Yes, ma'am, but the accident was my fault, so.
Well, if you had insurance, the insurance company would have dealt with that.
Clear.
Is your car insured now?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you given a ticket for not having insurance?
No, ma'am.
Why not? Don't police ask regularly for license, registration, and insurance?
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, they do. On the police report, he stated that he had nationwide.
May I see it, please? You told the insurance company you had nationwide insurance.
No, ma'am. I've been with USA since 17 years, ma'am.
So they made this up when they said insurance company nationwide. What kind of car were you driving?
I had a 2013 Nissan Rogue.
And you, sir?
2003 Infinity.
Where were you going?
Actually, ma'am, was going toward the lounge.
What time?
I think it was about 10:30, ma'am.
Why don't you go over to the Miss McIntosh and show me where your car was and how you were traveling?
This is La Vista and North Druid Hills Road. I'm this car. I was coming down North Druid Hills. The light was green. So as I was coming upon the intersection, I seen him turning and I said, he's not gonna make it. And I just braced for impact, and that's when we collided.
What kind of road is this?
It's a regular intersection.
How fast were you going?
About 40, 45.
Excessive.
You can step back. Your story is that you had a green arrow.
Yes, ma'am.
Police didn't do any other report?
There was an independent witness that was on the side that spoke up and came forward and said...
Didn't they? Just can't tell me what the witness said.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get the name of the witness?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the name of the witness?
Denham.
Do you have her information?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to have it.
It's on the police report. 3rd page.
So let's see if I can reach Miss Denham. If not, it's not going to go well for you, sir, because you don't have insurance. You understand that?
Well, I have a
Perfect.
witness.
I don't care. So this idiot who was driving in the car with you, who was going to testify on your behalf as a witness, I'm not interested in. Because if you think that I think, or that any normal person would think, that you would bring a witness who was with you in the car to testify that she was in the right, why do I have to waste my 3 minutes asking him a question? When I have a perfectly independent witness who doesn't know either of you from a hole in the wall, said that she was in the turn lane waiting to make a left turn. Your car was behind her. The plaintiff had a green light. So there were green lights going in both directions. She was waiting because she saw the plaintiff's car coming straight. There is no green arrow there. You got impatient and went around her and cut her off to make the left turn. That's why she stopped, and that's why she gave the police her name, because you went around her car, cut her off, she was making a left turn, and there was no green arrow. How much was the damage to your car?
Ma'am, it was totaled. I had the insurance company and what they paid out.
Judgment for the
finance.
plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. We're done. Thank you. Mr. Hazelton, the defendant is your mother. And it is your claim that she had you falsely arrested a little over a year ago for both stealing her property and for assaulting your sister, who tried to intervene and prevent you from taking her television. That's what the case is about. You spent, according to you, 6 days in jail. You finally bailed yourself out, and you want to be compensated for that. That's what the case is about. Okay. Prior to being arrested last year, when you were arrested on your mother's complaint, how many times had you been arrested before?
A bunch.
How many? More than a dozen?
I could say yes.
And were those, at least some of those arrests, drug-related?
No.
Were they alcohol-related?
No.
Were they physically related? Were they assault cases?
Some. But what does that got to pertain to this case?
Everything pertains to this case. Was some of them involving theft?
No.
Was some of them involving trespass?
No.
So they were all involving assault. More than a dozen cases. What I'm gathering now is information. So of the more than a dozen arrests you had, none involved drugs, none involved alcohol, none involved theft, none involved trespass, all involved assault. Is that a yes or a no?
That's a no.
What else did they involve other than assault?
I'm just talking about this case, Your Honor.
I'm talking about who the
I'm
party...
going to talk about this case at hand. If you don't want to discuss this case, then we can just dismiss it.
Great. Then I'm dismissing it. Thank you very much.
All right,
We're
thank
done.
you. You have a good day.
Mr. Hazelton, Officer Byrd tells me that you have had second thoughts about answering the court's questions, and you're asking me to reconsider the dismissal of this case. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. So then let's get back to where I was questioning you before. According to your answers previously, you've been arrested at least a dozen times, none involving drugs. Is that correct?
That is correct.
None involving alcohol.
That is correct.
None involving burglary.
That is correct.
None involving theft.
That is correct.
All involving assault.
That is correct. 3 times.
So of the more than dozen times you've been arrested, it is as a result of either temper or a mental illness, if it wasn't drug or alcohol related.
No, my anger gets the best of me.
Well, that's an uncontrollable...
It's an uncontrollable issue.
For which you've been or not been in treatment?
Not.
Is it correct, Ms. Hazelton, that your son never had either a drug or an alcohol problem?
Alcohol.
In October of 2015, Mr. Hazelton, how were you supporting yourself?
By working.
For whom?
Green Star Lawn Maintenance.
How long have you worked for them?
For 38 years off and on.
Are you working for them now?
Yes.
Full time?
Yes.
In the same location?
Yes.
Is that correct?
I think so.
Do you remember on what day you were arrested?
Yeah, I was arrested on May 6, 2015.
Where?
In Henry County.
Is that where you live?
I lived, yes.
What time were you arrested?
After 12:20.
In the morning?
In the morning, yeah.
And you were at home?
I was at home, right?
And you were arrested on the complaint of your mother and or your sister? Or just your mother?
I was arrested on my mother and sister's complaint stating that I walked in an unlocked door, used the restroom. Upon leaving the restroom, stole the TV out of my mom's room, hit my sister 3 times in the face, and left with the TV.
Okay, you're the sister.
No.
Where is the sister?
She's passed away.
Were you at home that day?
No.
So the sister that you allegedly assaulted is no longer here.
No.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
And I gather from your answer that you were not at home when this took place.
No.
Did you have a conversation with your daughter when you got home?
She was holding an ice.
Just a second. Did you have a conversation?
Yes.
At what time did you get home on, it would be the 5th
Right.
of May? What time did you get home?
Between probably 9:30 and 9:45, I was playing bingo.
And at that time, Miss Hazelton, who did you live with?
My daughter lived with me.
How old was she?
Let's see.
She was 52.
Shh.
Yeah, she was 50.
She was 50 then?
Yeah.
So when you came home, it was 9:30, 9:45, and tell me first what you saw.
I saw her holding an ice pack on her face, and I asked her what happened. And she said Glenn came here to use the bathroom, so she let him in. And in the process of using the restroom, he came out with my 32-inch TV, and she went to stop him, and he hit her in the face. That's what she told me. And I was only in the house maybe 5 minutes before the police were knocking on the doors.
Had your daughter called the police?
Yes.
Okay, so she had called the police before you even got home.
Oh, yes.
Do you have the police report?
No, I don't have that.
Do you have the police
Yes, I do.
report? I'd like to see it, sir.
Okay.
Just the police report.
It's right there.
You do know that these reports indicate that you were totally uncooperative, had to be placed in a hood, a spit hood, had to be put in an isolation area.
Excuse me,
Are
Your
you
Honor.
telling me that you were not high on some sort of drug or alcohol that night when they came to your home to arrest you?
Excuse me, Your Honor. Let me first say this.
I asked you a question, Mr. Hazelton. We had
no,
an
I was
agreement.
not high. I was not high. No, I was not on no drugs, okay?
Okay.
My actions speak louder than words. I was arrested, hauled off to jail, ripped out of my bed in my underwear, and you're telling me for a crime I did not commit, how would you react? And the charges were dismissed, not by the judge, by the public defender, the state's attorney, because I didn't steal the TV that my mom said. And my mother sat there and said she's seen me in a while. She hasn't seen me in 7 years. And it's just, or it came out of her in the police report, she states that. And my sister said 2 different signs. She said she came home in an ice pack, but there's no bruises or marks on her. I hit her 3 times. It's all a lie. And why don't they look in her question and call me and ask me, did I do this? They know where I live. You know? They're trying to give me 46 years for this TV. My life is a little more than 46 years, okay? Or acting out in jail or whatever. I didn't do it, and this is the reason I'm suing my mother. I'm out $2,500. I could have gone after her for penal stolen damages.
Your case is dismissed, Mr. Hazelton. You have no case against your mother. We're finished here. Miss Parrish, Miss Williams is your sister.
Yes.
Older sister, younger sister?
Older.
How old are you?
21.
And you?
23.
You claim a loan to your sister.
Yes.
A loan that you gave her $400 in March of this year.
Yes.
You needed something for rent or her bills or whatever. It's really not urgently important because Miss Williams acknowledges that you made a loan to her in the amount of $400 in March, correct?
Right.
So you needed money, you asked your sister, she helped you.
Yes.
You didn't pay her back in March, didn't pay her back in April.
No.
Right? And didn't pay her back in May. Your defense to this is that your sister vandalized your car.
Yes.
She vandalized your car with a rock. She got angry with you. You'll tell me about it. And you have a counterclaim. Your counterclaim is for the damage to your car. I'm sure you have pictures and an estimate, and that the damage far exceeds the amount of the loan.
Right.
Okay. We know that you are owed $400. Do you remember this incident that your sister is talking about in May?
Yes.
And that was towards the end of May of this year?
Mhm.
You remember what date it took place?
The 27th.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
Well, she came up to my boyfriend's house and like she was honking, and then I went outside, and then she came at me because me and her boyfriend kissed at a party, and she pushed me, like I got out of the way, and then she picked up a rock and tried to throw it at me, and then I moved and she hit her own car.
So she picked up a rock and threw it at you, and you say she caused the damage to her own car.
Yes.
Listen.
That doesn't make any sense. I was standing by my car, so how would I have thrown the rock in my own car?
So tell me what happened.
When I got out, she came over there. We're arguing back and forth.
She came over to...
She walked like toward the car. She was standing like by the driveway.
Okay. You went to her house.
Her boyfriend's house.
Where she was staying.
Right.
And you knew that she was there. What did you go there for?
To confront her for what she did.
Well, you didn't see what she did, but I assume you heard what she did.
My boyfriend admitted to it. So that's why I went over there to confront her.
So you went over to your kid sister's house because you thought she was fooling around with your boyfriend, who confessed to you that he was fooling around with your sister.
Right.
By the way, what did you say or do to your boyfriend?
Well, that's a different story. We got into it before I went over there. But at the end of the day, that's my sister, so I would have took more from her. So that's why I went to go confront her.
Well, that's true. So you expect nothing from your boyfriend so that you're not disappointed.
I was more than disappointed with him, but I was more disappointed with her because that's my sister.
I don't disagree with you. I think that that's probably logical, that you would expect more from your sister than you would do from a boy. Because how old are you? No morals. They think with a different organ than most people. But I can understand it. So you went over there to your sister's house where she was staying, and you drove there. What did you do?
I started honking the horn, and then she came out. And
so she came out of the house, and you are where?
By my car. I walked around it, so I'm by the back door.
And then what happened?
We're going back and forth, yelling, calling each other names. She got mad because I told her that I would sleep with her boyfriend because of what she did. So that's when she threw the rock. And I ducked, not ducked, but moved out the way, and then it hit the car.
Well, you really didn't mean that when you said that.
No, I wouldn't.
Because that would be really stupid.
Yeah.
Then you would be the fool, right?
Right.
Have you spoken to each other since?
No.
Okay. Can I see photographs of the car, please? What kind of rock caused this damage?
Like a little boulder. It was like a large rock. Like there's like a little garden and there's rocks around it, and that's the one she grabbed.
Do you have an estimate for fixing it?
Yeah.
$816. Minus $400 is $416. So you lost the loan, and she's getting her car fixed. Judgment on the counterclaim in the amount of $416. We're finished. Thank you. So now we're in September. In September, did he give you a check?
So what happened was on August 30th, I was alerted by the bank that my husband withdrew $1,472, funds that were not supposed to be touched. Our lawyers said, do not touch that money.
Was that in a joint account?
Yes.
Stand up. Did you withdraw $1,472 from a joint account?
Yes, ma'am.
For what?
Because she was transferring money, utilizing that money for other things. And before it all disappeared, I said, I'm withdrawing half of what was mine, half of the money that was in there.
Just a second. You had an agreement with your respective lawyers not to touch a pool of money. I think we're not going back here years of separation. So at the end of June, how much was in that account, Mr. Cole?
The end of June?
Yeah, when you left.
Nothing. Nothing.
Zero.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything.
Zero. Okay. And who put money in there in
It was a
July?
tax refund.
So a tax refund came in.
Correct.
In what month?
August, I believe. Yeah, August. We were in court.
So in August, tax refund went directly into the account.
Yes.
In what amount?
Just under $6,000.
So $6,000 went into the bank in August. Do you remember what date in August?
No.
Do you remember what date in August, Mrs. Cole?
I think it was between August 8th and August 10th of 2016.
And on what date did you draw out $1,472?
Towards the end of the month.
Now I want you to think very, very carefully, Mr. Cole. During that 2-week period, because you said you drew out this $1,472 because your wife, who has custody of your 3 children, was using that money for other things. I would like you to itemize the other things she was using the money for so that you felt entitled to take out $1,472.
I don't know exactly what it was for.
I mean, was she using it for... Just a second. Did you see money coming out for a spray tan? or for breast augmentation?
No.
Then I'd like you to tell me what other things there were that you triggered in your mind an entitlement to remove funds from an account that a judge had said to you, don't touch.
It was the attorneys that said don't touch.
Fine, attorneys.
Okay.
Yours and hers.
And she was taking money out of the account. And
Just a second.
before it
Just a
disappeared.
second. Well, so then you've changed your statement. Your first statement is she was taking out money out of the account for things that she shouldn't take money out of the account for. Okay? So now you're not saying that she shouldn't have taken money out of the account for frivolous things. It could have been for other things, but you don't know what they were. So I'd like you to tell me how much money she took out of the account.
It was probably in the realm of
No,
a few
no.
hundreds of dollars.
No. You went against an agreement with your attorney and you took out an odd number, $1,472. Now, she looks like she's got everything written down very, very carefully. You are standing there with your mother with nothing in front of you. Is it correct that in the month of July, you didn't send $1,400 for the support of your children, you sent $800 for the support of your children?
No.
How much did you send for the support of your children in the month of July?
I don't have that paperwork in front of me.
Well, where did you think you were coming today? To the
we
beach?
were coming to. We
Just
were
a
coming.
second. Where did you think you were coming? You were coming to the beach? No. This is all leading up to what happened on the date that your former wife, and I'm not usually, if you ever watch this program, you understand, I'm an ecumenical abuser. If I think that she did the wrong thing by going to your mother's house because something was wrong with a check, I'll let her have it. But right now, I'm not getting a good vibe from your side. Because first, you tell me that you touched money that you weren't supposed to touch because she was using it for things she shouldn't have. That triggers in my mind, if I didn't ask the next question, going to get gels on her nails instead of supporting your 3 children who are 15, 13, and 11, okay? And you can't support 3 goldfish on $1,400 a month. Do you understand? Mr. Doherty, I'm going to start with you, sir. You wanted to rent a motorcycle for your son who was coming to visit.
Yes, ma'am.
And you had rented motorcycles for him to ride previously from the plaintiff.
Yes, ma'am, 3 times.
And how much do you pay for each use?
I think it was about $130.
A day?
A day, yes, ma'am.
And this last time that you reserved the motorcycle for your son's visit, how many days did you reserve it for?
For 3 days, ma'am.
For $390.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you personally call her?
I called, yes, ma'am.
And gave her the dates that you wanted to reserve the motorcycle?
Yes, ma'am.
What were the dates that you wanted to reserve?
That was Thanksgiving. That's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The 3 days starting with Thanksgiving of 2015.
So was that the 25th?
I think that's the 26th, 27th, and 28th.
26th?
27th and 28th, I believe.
And on what date did you call her?
I called on September 16th, 2015.
And then you found out that your son, for some reason, wasn't coming.
Right.
When did you call the plaintiff back and tell her that the plan had changed and you wanted to cancel?
That was September 17th, 2015.
And that's all documented. So far, is that all correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And how many motorcycles do you have?
I own 14 motorcycles.
And I assume that you have documents to show me that all of your 14 motorcycles were rented for the 26th, 27th, and 28th of November.
No, they weren't all rented at that time. That was pretty far ahead of time that he called.
So you ran his credit card for $390. He called you within 24 hours to tell you that his plan has changed. And you told him, according to your papers, that you had a no refund policy, that you would send him vouchers for another time. He said, I want my money back. And to make a long story short, they ultimately sided with him and took the money back from you. That's why you're here.
Ultimately, it went back into my account when he dropped the dispute at the end.
So what are you doing here? Go ahead.
Well, I'm suing for the NSF charges that I incurred for the money going in and out, the taxes that I had to pay, and the inconvenience of it all.
I'm not giving you a quarter. I think that you're a very bad businesswoman.
Ma'am,
I think
he called
that you
3 days later.
I think that
he
you
canceled 3 days later. My policy is no refunds.
Miss Noller. Miss
It's in my
Noller.
policy.
I'm talking, you're not.
I understand.
I'm talking, you're not. Let me tell you this. I just went over with him the dates. And
They're not
I said,
correct.
is don't speak. I said, is all of that correct?
No.
And you said, You want me to play back the tape? You said correct.
The dates are not correct. The facts are correct. The dates are not correct. He called 3 days after he booked. I have
Great.
no cancellation.
Just a second.
No
I'm
cancellation
speaking.
policy.
Hey, I'm speaking. Listen
No
to me.
cancellation policy.
I don't give a
So why
rat's
do people put these in
Listen
their-
to me. I don't give a rat's behind about what you're going to show me. I'm not giving you another penny. Not another penny. If the money went back into your account.
Because he was wrong. That's why he dropped the dispute.
No, let me tell you something. If I was in
Why
business.
did he drop the dispute?
If you're going to talk over me, I'm going to throw you out of
Why
here
did
and
he
not
drop
even
the dispute
explain.
would be my
Hey, just
question.
a second. If you're going to try to talk over me.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to throw you out.
Yes, ma'am.
It would be my pleasure anyway. In answer to my question, you did say the dates were correct. Then you changed. Don't speak. Then you changed it later when you saw the direction I was going in. That's number one. Number two, I asked you whether all 14 motorcycles were rented for that period of time, 26th, 27th, 28th. Your response to me, because it's on tape, was, no, they weren't. And he called pretty far in advance. So the second thing is that you suffered no damage as a result of his canceling because the rest of your motorcycles weren't rented. He only rented one. I'm not finished yet.
I understand.
I'm not finished yet.
I understand.
So if I were in business with a customer who had reserved and used my business before 3 times.
That
and
understood
they
the
call-
policy.
Hey, just
That understood the policy.
goodbye. Your case is dismissed.
That's
We're
great.
done. Are you two married?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
You live together.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You rented a house
Yes,
from
ma'am.
the defendant.
Yes.
When did you rent the house from the defendant?
I lived there from May 2016 until May 2017.
And I moved there in August till May of 2017.
And Mr. Carter,
Yes, ma'am.
when you rented the house from Mr. Kimbrough, did he give you a lease? No.
No, ma'am.
How much was the rent?
$525 per month.
And did you give him security deposit?
Oh, no, ma'am. I gave him $1,000 security deposit.
Is that correct, Mr. Kimbrough?
That is not correct.
How much security deposit did he give you?
He gave me no security deposit. He was supposed to give me $125.
Show me proof that you gave him $1,000 security deposit.
I don't have.
Okay. Something happened in May. He told you that the house had to be renovated or something.
Yes, ma'am.
You had to
Yes,
move
ma'am.
into another
Yes, ma'am.
house.
Yes, ma'am.
Where did you go?
Well, he said he had another place for us to go to. He had another property that we could stay for the 2 weeks while the renovation was being done.
Fine. So, did you go there?
Yes, ma'am. He took us there the next day.
Just a second. To another house?
Yes.
And you moved into that house also in May?
Yes.
Yes. May 1st.
How long did you stay there?
We stayed about 3 weeks.
No. It was till the 11th when the actual owner of the property
The
came.
11th of May?
Yes.
Okay. And then the real owner came of that property?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And threw you out?
Yes, he came with the police.
Okay. Because she didn't know that you were squatting in her house. Who owned the house?
Jimmy.
How did you have access to the house?
Well, I had access to the house because I'm the RA, which is the resident assistant.
Resident assistant what?
He has about 10 properties.
Oh, so
And-
you had keys to the house?
Yes.
Okay.
And there was a lockbox
I
there.
got it. Yeah, I got it. Okay. So then the real owner came with the police and said, now you have to go because you're squatting in my house. I don't know who you are.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So you left. Where did you go?
We went to a hotel from that point on till we were able to find another place to move.
Yes, ma'am.
So
I have
what
the
do you...
receipts right
Just
here.
a second.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you went to a hotel?
Yes.
And you didn't pay him rent in June?
No, we
No,
didn't
ma'am.
pay him rent in June.
And did you pay May's rent?
No, we didn't
No,
pay
ma'am.
him
So you
rent in
didn't
May.
pay May's rent either?
No, ma'am.
And so you lived in this other person's house until May 11th?
Yes, ma'am.
And you hadn't paid rent for those 11 days?
No,
No,
we
ma'am.
haven't.
And you didn't pay rent in June?
No, ma'am.
No, we haven't.
And you have no proof that you gave him $1,000 security deposit?
No, ma'am. Not
So
anymore.
what would you like me to do for you?
Well, he told us to take the rent money for that month, move out for
2
weeks, come back because he's going to renovate the place.
So
Right.
what? So he
So
lied.
he-
I mean, what's your damage?
The damages are punitive damages, Your Honor. In the process of all of this, I lost my job. I wasn't able to get to work. I had to resign my work because I needed to find another place to stay. I overdrafted my bank account because I immediately didn't have available funds to rent a motel for $300. I did have $500 that I was making payments monthly.
He's not paying you money.
For him.
Listen to me. He's not paying you money.
But,
He's not paying you. He's not paying you for losing your job. He's not paying you because you were inconvenienced.
He's supposed to give us a 30-day notice. He told us on Friday to...
Do you have a lease?
No,
Just
but
a
we
second. Listen
did.
to me. Do you have a lease?
No, ma'am, not anymore.
You never had a lease with him.
No, ma'am.
He didn't bring it. He said he would. He never did.
Okay. So we have nothing. Now you have a counterclaim. Your counterclaim says that they damaged the property.
Yes.
How did they damage the property?
Well,
Just a second. Do you own the property?
no, I do not.
Do you have a power of attorney from the owner of the property?
No, but I was the contractor for the owner.
Show me that you were the contractor for the owner.
I also have a copy of a 30-day notice.
Just tell me what I need to know.
Okay. I have a lease from the owner showing that I was also renting from the same house. I just sublet.
Your Honor,
Goodbye.
he did not live
We're
there
done.
at all.
Mr. and Mrs. Walker, about a year and a half ago, the defendant had a daycare. At that time, your children, the oldest was 9, and then you had a 5-year-old and an infant who was 4, and you were working. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. 4 months.
And you brought all 3 children over to the daycare, and this was July 2nd of 2015.
Correct.
This was not the first time you had taken the children to her daycare, is that correct?
That's correct.
How long had they been going to the daycare?
Almost 2 years my older children were, and since my youngest was about 7 weeks old, I had started taking him to them.
Now, I'm going to start now with you, Miss Shearer.
Yes.
Do you have your own children?
I do.
How old?
I have a 12-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 4-year-old.
So at the time, Miss Walker, I think, dropped off the children. Yes. Your children were at home.
Yes.
So she had 3, you had 4.
3 of my children were at home.
Between your children, her children, there were 6 children.
Correct.
How many other children were you caring for in July of 2015?
That day, I was caring between 4 and 6 more children.
Between 10 and 12 children?
Correct.
And who was there with you?
My husband.
Period?
Yes.
How much do you get per child for
$20 a day is what I normally charge.
And you were charging her $20 a day or $60?
I don't believe
How
so.
much was she charging you?
It was $350 for every 2 weeks.
And did you know that she had between 4 and 6 other children aside from her own?
I did not know an exact number, but I knew there was other children there.
Did you know how many people she had taking care of all these children?
No. Well,
Between 10
who
and
was
12
working at the
children?
daycare? I knew that both of them were working at the daycare.
What state do you live in?
Idaho.
You need a license to have a daycare in your house?
Yes, ma'am.
You still have your license?
Yes, ma'am.
How many children do you care for now?
Between 10 and 12.
With him?
By myself.
Where is he?
He has a job.
Now, your 4-month-old child had a broken leg.
Yes.
And you dropped him off at the daycare. He was fine.
That morning, he was perfectly fine.
Subsequently, you got a call from the defendant who said that she couldn't stop him from crying. Is that right?
Correct.
Your lawsuit wants her to pay for your medical bills because she thought that they would be covered by some Crime Victims Compensation Act. But they weren't because they found that nobody probably purposely broke a child's leg.
They only found that there wasn't enough
Don't
evidence.
tell me what they found. They weren't covered. Now, this is your story that I'm getting from your papers, right? You were in the kitchen cooking.
Correct. It was lunchtime.
In the kitchen, you have a swing set up.
No, in the living room. It's a straight room.
So it's one large room.
Yes.
So the swing is in the living room.
Correct.
And the baby was okay when she dropped the baby off.
Yes, ma'am.
Then I'm reading your answer, and you say that the 9-year-old was holding the baby.
Correct.
And playing rough with the baby.
Correct.
Let me see what you wrote here. So her 9-year-old, who you're supposed to be watching, was, let me just get the words right here, Bird. The baby was crying, so his older brother got him out of the swing and he stopped crying.
Correct.
The baby started crying again, and when I turned around, do you remember what you saw?
Yes.
Tell me what you saw.
The brother had the baby on his back on the floor. He had his legs up in the air. He was holding his legs or ankles, and he was twisting him back and forth throughout the living room.
Okay, so what did you do?
I asked him to please stop.
You asked him, according to you, I told him to pick up the baby and play nicely.
Correct.
You're an idiot. How could any state allow you to take care of children? You see a 9-year-old playing roughly with a 4-month-old infant who you have already told to take out of a swing because the baby was crying. That's your job. You leave the sink, or you leave the television, or you leave whatever you're doing, and you go inside and you attend to the baby. Not you. You tell the 9-year-old, play nicely. According to her, I just want you to, you saw the baby being taken by the legs and ankles and swung. This was the motion that you made, and swung around the room. And you say to a 9-year-old, play nicely. I'm going to read on. When the baby continued to cry, and you turn away. Because it says, when the baby continued to cry, I looked to see what was going on. So now you tell him, play nicely. After you saw him swinging around the baby, play nicely, you went back to doing what you're doing. Your nails, the TV, something. Because God knows where he was.
We were making
And the older brother was still not being gentle enough. Again, do you run in? Does genius over here run in, take this 4-month-old defenseless infant away from a 9-year-old little boy? No, not the two of you. I told the older brother he wasn't playing with him correctly and to put him back in the swing. The baby never stopped crying after that. If the state of Idaho doesn't take away your license to take care of other people's children, I have no idea who's running that shop. No idea. Outrageous. So I assume from this answer that, according to you, it's the 9-year-old's fault.
I don't know that it happened in my care.
Well, in all the time that you were taking care of the baby, prior to that, did you ever call the mother and say to her, come and pick up the baby won't stop crying? No. In all the time that you took care of the baby? No. And this time you called her and said, come and pick up the baby won't stop crying. And within 24 hours, the baby was in surgery for a broken leg. You think that that's coincidental?
Maybe the baby was having a bad day. She had suggested that he was constipated when I called her.
If I were running the social service department in Idaho, tomorrow your license should be yanked. Tomorrow.
They did an investigation and they
Tomorrow! Then the person who did an investigation had an IQ in the double digits. In a minute. Because how you can justify, all you have to read is your answer, which I believe. You and the genius were inside cooking. You have 10 to 12 children, including a 4-month-old infant, and your babies, and you have to be cooking together so that nobody is really watching the 4-month-old baby. Nobody. We're done. I'm so upset. Anyway, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That will cover $4,000 of your medical bills plus some. You have a counterclaim for legal fees because you had to hire a lawyer because of charges that... Good! Counterclaim's dismissed. We're done.